would anyone like to give the recap of what happened last week?
Do you have notes? I'll let you go this time.
You didn't print your notes out, Wayne.
I didn't, because my book is right here.
All right, so no.
It was the wrong game to drop acid.
You don't have notes?
Yeah.
You did not. You did no.
The acid was brought to us, Aaron.
All right, fine. I'll give the recap.
Oh my God!
What?
All right.
So we were picking up with the main group because we had done that side mission where we're playing the mooks. So we picked up as the main group. And we were continuing through the sewer, and a leech came up behind us and hit us with something that, with a chemical bomb that was something somewhere between an anesthetic and a hallucinogen.
With a little bit of the weird spiritual crap in there too. Yeah.
And took us to a fictional world where we saw a beach and we saw a lighthouse and there was a little kid, and any attempt to interact with that was somewhat dangerous because it didn't necessarily correspond to our locations or whatever in the real world. So like walk over and try to punch something, you end up punching a party member instead, or at least had that chance. And so we kind of played around with that illusion within that illusion for a bit, trying to figure out what to do and what our strategy was going to be. Are we going to try and solve it like a puzzle, or are we going to try and just rebel against it?
Or punch your way out of it.
Yeah!
Just like Superboy Prime, Reggie punches the wall of reality.
I was thinking that exact thing.
I'm so
And it
glad you
was
said that.
a lot cooler when Reggie did it.
I feel like we should light the DC universe on fire. Like all 52 of them, just every
All 52.
all of them.
And so, yeah, eventually we started to bust our way out through a combination of, in the case of like Reggie, it was a rebellion against the idea. In the case of like my character, Dr. Proust, it was more of a subversion of basically, if you want to play this game, welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, you like embraced it.
And we
That's a good vice to get into if you ever lose your vice. Is tracking down and like basically getting high on this drug.
Getting high on ghost.
On ghost
that's
stream
true.
drugs.
I don't know what I gotta think about that. To what extent would he think it's like useful as opposed to hallucinogen?
Well, maybe he thinks it's useful and then it becomes a vice.
Yeah.
But no,
Don't
he
think
can
about that
totally
one.
handle it. Yeah.
But anyway, so eventually we were able to get Reggie out of it and back into the actual real world. He just sort of broke the spell for himself, and he began. He was going to start doing terrible things to the other group of people, but this wave of rats was coming that was going to devour us in this like feeding frenzy. And so he got us and the safe, they got the raft turned around, and we left all of them but one there to rot. And while this was going on, back in the dream world, my character, along with Jack and Alexander and Uncle Treacle, sort of rewrote the nightmare into a competing version where there was an insane asylum, and it was consistent with the insane asylum Proust is usually living in, that was inside of one of these whaling ships. And we, through just force of will, overrode his ability to control the dream and ended up dragging him into our own hallucination. Because, once again, it's not just a chemical hallucinogen. Like I said, there's a spiritual element to it. So he was, in a sense, in the same place we were. And when we got back to the real world after breaking loose there, he was the leech was the only one we took, and I dumped the ghost of that dead priest into him, who is now possessing him. And then we did a scene cut to some point in the future.
When Alexander disappeared.
Oh, that's right. Alexander made a devil's bargain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so Alexander just poofed out of existence.
Yeah.
And then we advanced the game by about, I think it was 6 months or something like that.
It was
I don't remember.
several months. We'll say.
I think it's like a few.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, it was a definite scene change, and the time was better.
Mm-hmm.
The time change was better pointed out than the writers of the Witcher Netflix series are apparently able to do, where it takes you to about the 7th episode to realize it's not one timeline. But anyway, so we flash forward into the future. We're on a train, headed to a particular city. I don't remember an area. I don't remember the name.
You guys are
of
going
it.
to Takarios.
Okay, and
None of you are Takariosin.
and there's demons and stuff there that
Yes.
Live amongst the.
I will,
We all
uh,
live together, and
I will.
Alexander is back.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to him.
So-
Just says
But he has a
he's fucking-
scar.
But he has
The
a
scar, yeah.
Over his right eye.
So,
So cool.
I'll read you the blurb that they have on Takarios here in a second. So,
I
just
dated a woman from Takarios once.
oh yes, and you get the
thank you.
Beethoven. No, thank you. Okay, so a couple of just bookkeeping things, and I promise the audience we're not going to be doing like character advancement and things like that. That's all taken care of. What is everyone's stress at? Does anyone still have like pretty extreme? You're 2, you
Zero.
I think I'm 0, and Alexander is cleared.
I have a trauma.
You have a trauma, which is great. So, and do you understand the thing about the trauma?
The trauma is basically, if I understand correctly, it is another valve that I can pull. So I can play it and earn XP by playing my haunted or whatever. However you are going to interpret it. But basically,
However you interpret it.
yes, however I interpret it, essentially I can play with that lever to also get XP.
And it has to be of disadvantage. It can't be like, oh, I'm haunted. I just love ghosts. No, it's like,
right.
yeah.
And the
fucking
only
ridiculous.
real downside is that if you don't indulge your vice, you take stress.
Right.
So if you don't indulge your vice to lower your stress, you take stress of the amount of your trauma.
Yeah, because now instead of a problem, it's an addiction.
Right.
So, all right. So the other little housekeeping thing that I have for these two and for the audience, I was thinking it's like, oh well, we're just going to surprise people with it, but we said on the episode that's coming out, so everyone's going to hear it anyway. I'm going to be running 3 sessions of this, and I'm going to run it to give Mike time to take over, and he is going to run this game for 3 sessions.
I was the rotating game master.
Yep.
Okay.
Because he said some shit on the last episode that got my goat about how, oh, I just can't run this game. Not me. I'm Brodor, and I just can't. I'm not good. I'm like, you're fantastic at it.
I challenge you to go back and listen to the tape. That's not what I said.
But I'm just going to.
You shit all over yourself because that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's part of my charm. Self-deprecation is my thing.
Yeah.
Part of my
better than self-defecation.
I mean, we can all agree with that.
Here's the problem. We like Brodor, but we hate when people talk bad about Brodor. So it's this whole...
Yeah.
It messes up our mind because we hate when you talk bad about you.
So we were talking about different stuff. You can listen to the episode when it comes out. But the end of it is, I basically challenged him to say, well, why don't you run Blades in the Dark? And he's like, well, yeah, I've been waiting. No. Why don't you run our game of Blades in the Dark? And so, yeah.
Because it's I don't want to fuck your girlfriend. It's weird. I don't care.
But she's into it.
She's into it and she's fucking.
But it's my girlfriend, not my wife.
She's into it. I am fucking.
Maybe I'm a prude. It's me. It's my fault. But I'm not into it. I feel like I'm.
No,
She'll get you into it.
You're going to do fantastic. You're going to do fantastic because, like I said in the episode, the way Forged in the Dark games work, the way Powered by Apocalypse games work, you guys are already running the game. You're already doing it. You're doing fantastic. All of you are doing fantastic.
Just show up with a point no card. You'll be fine.
I know.
The bar has been set very low.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, seat in my pants I can do.
That
I can do that.
I was handed a note card with the word train written on it. These are my notes for tonight. All right. So with that, I plan on running basically a short, like, little 3-game arc and trying to set some stuff up. On the 3rd game, I'll reach out to you and say, hey, do you need me to softball a pitch to you? Do you need, to kind of set something up for you or not or whatever? And then we'll roll into it, and then Mike will take over. I have no idea what I'm going to play. Actually, I do kind of know who I want to play, but I don't know if he'll live. But anyway, so Tykaros, how do you say that? Tykaros? Tykaros.
Yeah. Takeros.
Tykeros. So anyway, if you want the weird, you can be from Tykeros. It's a semi-mystical place far away beyond the northern void sea. Everyone says that the people there are part demon. If you choose a Tykeros heritage, you create a demon telltale, like black shark eyes, feathers instead of hair, etc., that mark your character. Yeah, you people know it's very difficult to hide, and people know you're from Tykeros.
Damn, I wish I'd have made myself from there.
I mean, it was
I'm giving myself a cloaca.
you could have. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. Then there's another blurb here. Once I turn the page, where is it? That. Well, fuck it. It doesn't say much. Basically, it just says the sort of the term for people from Tykeros, the insulting term, like if you're Polish and somebody says, "Oh, you Polak" or something like that, is the strangers. That's their kind of.
That's it.
That's
it.
super lame.
It is super lame.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
didn't write that.
in my own
part.
sci-fi setting. I have much better racism than this.
Yeah.
That sounds something like the people that are being called that are just like, oh, is that your
Like,
insult? Like,
right,
oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably like tights or something.
Ooh,
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah, and actually, that's kind of like I think that's how I'm gonna play it too. Like in Doskvol, the insult is the strangers, and then all the Tykeros are like, dude, I've got fucking shark teeth. What is that?
Are you fucking talking to me, nerd?
I'm
What?
awesome.
I'm 9 foot tall. Fuck you.
So
Maybe that's how it started. Is there was a much worse term, but somebody walked up and he was like, "You stranger."
Yeah, it was like a 4-year-old that. You guys are strangers. Eat that little shit.
Stupid duty face.
right. So the kind of said we're not going to start in the in Tykeros. We're not going to start on the train, even though my note card does say train.
Well, then you're not going by your own.
No, I'm not, man. It's
Wow.
just crazy, right?
Wow. This is already off the rails.
So, you're fired. So,
that one was good.
no,
It was.
it was the stranger. It was the stranger.
Fuck you! I'll eat you.
So,
You certainly get real boxcars on that one.
yeah. One of the things that I set up in the end of the last game is that I did some flash forwards where each of your guys were doing or saying something. I did not. This was in past games of different kinds I've run where I have really like played with the timelines and stuff, and I really worked hard to make those flashbacks and foretellings and stuff happen. I'm not going to do that in this one. Think of that at our previous games were a prologue. That was the trailer for the main series. And in any good trailer, sometimes things get cut, sometimes they don't, sometimes they happen or not. If your character makes one of those scenes happen, you get 1 point of XP.
Okay, I ride up on a train.
You look at him and go, "Are you ready?"
Into the candy shop. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
See, now I'm gonna have to listen to the last episode. I don't remember any of the scenes.
Yeah. So
Trinkle shows up. Let's go on vacay with train tickets.
there was a scene with you and Callum talking about his hand. There was you and Treacle, Dr. Proust and Treacle at basically the front of a car. They said something to each other. I don't remember what the twos were. I'll have to go back and listen myself.
Whatever it is, we totally make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry about like missing the opportunity on this one. This is going to be like a 3-game arc. You're not going to be all. I'm not 100% sure what all is going to happen, but with tonight's little truncated episode, I don't think we're getting off the train, so to speak, tonight. So we might do a 1 score over 2 episodes thing. Anyway, it has been a couple of months, a vague amount of plot months since the happening. Alexander, you never got back with me of what you were doing.
I didn't. You're right.
Yes.
I'm the worst ever.
You
So,
are the greatest. I love you.
Before I have to, don't make me go through my notes. Which one's Callum again?
Callum is the guy who Lard hired you guys to rescue him from the inspector's house. He was the leech who was
Stuck to the safe.
Yeah, he was stuck to the safe by his hand.
Okay.
And he's the leech who is a lot like Alexander as a leech, but also does a little bit more of like the spiritual ghost end
I
of it.
don't remember. Did we chop his hand off and give him the
Yes.
other guy's hand?
So that was a.
This must be the game I missed. I don't remember
This was the
any
game.
of
This
Yeah,
is the
you
game
were-
you missed. This was the house with the demon cat in it that
Yeah.
Reggie was frightened of. And we ran late. I was falling asleep, so I hand waved it. I'm like, okay, guys, this is what you do.
All right, so Callum and I are on the train.
Well, not right now.
Okay.
Oh, in the
Oh,
in
and
the
a shout out to the actual guy named Callum who listens to the show because
Yeah.
he says weird to hear his name on the show. So.
Yeah, so what I wrote down in my note card back when I was still doing a note card was the character's name was Callum.
But you said Callum.
Callum is the fan
Uh-oh.
who said that because I was doing this, and Callum says this, and I'm like, I just said his name wrong because I know this guy named Callum who
Yeah.
is a fan of the show, and I'm like, his name is Callum now. So, but anyway, your homework that you didn't do, Mr. Brodeur,
Also true.
Was-
This is just like I'm in school again.
right?
Like, first of all, why does everything have to be so fucking gonzo and filled with hate, right? You totally shoot yourself in the foot when you do that. And second of all,
Tell us what it is so I can like slide him my homework so he can copy it real quick
yeah,
before he turns it in.
you can't. I mean,
What the homework was, you disappear, you take a trauma, which means you're out of the action, which we did of you disappear like from the dream, but then you also disappeared from reality because you were splayed out and your equipment kind of, because you fell over and your equipment's kind of like all over the place, and then you're gone and nobody knows.
I very much like the idea of washing up, via the sewers or what have you. And there's a terrible laceration over the right eye where someone was or over the right side of the face where someone was very, very careful as to not damage the eyeball, but still have a very, very deep, ugly, gnarled, pussy scar that has difficulty.
Well, yeah, it's
healing.
pussy.
Yeah.
You're in the sewer. There's poop in there.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely it's in the water. So my intention was when we were on the train, right, and Callum and I are talking, he's stitching my eye, trying to get it, and then he asks me what happened, and I am
See, if you had done your
vague.
homework, I could have set that up.
Yeah,
and I
no,
got
I
it
Well, is
fixed
this
up.
like? Is it like a wound that won't heal?
So it won't heal entirely. The real issue
So it has to
is,
keep getting stitched.
it weeps. In certain
Oh, okay.
situations, it just
Nice.
continues to weep.
That's
so
cool.
it will take some observation to put two and two together for what kind of pantomime it is, what emotion Alexander is experiencing at the time. But it does perpetually just
Arousal.
Okay.
just totally it is. But,
So here,
because my boner's wicked hard to see. I mean, big for a clip, that kind of thing.
China.
I mean, let's not. That was fake.
Okay, so now that you've done your homework, good job. I know how I'm going to set this up. You're not going to be on the train though, but I do like the idea, and that actually opens the door for something for me.
So he's not with us.
He's not with you.
Damn.
Okay, so
Okay, that ruins what I was gonna do.
well, that's some tough shit. You punch through reality, so you got to pay the price.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. You guys come back. Reggie especially was like, "No, Alexander is missing. We got to find him." Blah blah blah. And Proust was like, "You're in tune. You don't know what happened, but you feel.
I like to think that I was probably, because I wanted Alexander back so bad, I was probably searching, and I may have even got Proust to help me because he understands, all the ghost shit. So
Yeah. So Proust basically was calmed you down enough to basically say, "Okay, he's fine. He'll be back.
Yeah.
We have to leave here. We aren't going to find him." Is essentially what it came down to. We aren't going to find him. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. And so you guys left. You took your prizes of, your safe back, and you have got. So Dan, just on a game note, your guy is considered an asset. So you can role play him and stuff, but when it comes to a score, let's just say he isn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
Unless you want to like spin an action or do a project or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember I took one of the guy's boots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they fit, which is really weird for
Your monster.
for Jack. Yeah, there's big gunbows. So here's the thing. It's been about 2 or 3 months. We'll say it's been 3 months. Alexander's nowhere to be found. You guys came back. You have repaired the candy shop.
I was actually going to make that one of my projects.
To repair the candy shop?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Upgrades.
Let's say upgrade it. Because you're open for business, but really it's a front.
Right.
So why don't you make the project is you're actually turning it into a business.
Okay.
Maybe you're not selling candy, wink wink. But
Right.
yeah.
Well, it's always candy.
Yeah.
But just
It's nose candy.
Right.
for butt candy.
You guys are weird. So anyway,
We just know how to live.
you guys have you guys
You ever stuck a halls in your butthole?
no. I mean,
No, I haven't.
you lube it up with some Vicks first, but yeah,
How else are you going to get it in there?
I know, right?
It's either that or lick your fingers.
So
Just
I was going to comment on the physiology of what menthol actually does to you, and if you were to take it that directly, but never mind. Let's just
okay,
roll on.
so
It's a cool song.
Alexander, I'm not saying what happened to you in the 3 months.
Okay.
That's going to be completely and totally up to you.
I'm pretty sure to me it was 4 days, but whatever.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You just know at the end of it, you are going to be coming into a scene. You're going to be at a scene, and I'll tell you when.
Okay.
So it's been 3 months. We'll just say 3 months. There's rebuilding going on with the candy shop. What have each of you been doing? We're going to assume that you've been like running the gang and maintaining and that sort of thing.
Every single day when Reggie comes to see me, Uncle Treacle says, "Have you found Alexander yet?"
No. I keep looking. I got eyes out there for him, but Prowse won't let me down the sewers no more. He won't help me.
Why does Dr. Prouse have anything to do with the sewers? He doesn't control the sewers.
You're right. But you don't... Think about where the fuck we were.
You can come in anytime.
I don't know how to get there again. Maybe he's still in there.
And you're still up here.
You're right. But his body fucking disappeared. It's not like it fell off. It's gone.
I come in drenched in like sewer juice. Still can't find him.
We've been in there almost every day. Prouse said he'd be back. Normally I don't put much faith in what he says, but I don't know what else to do. I just want my baby brother back.
Failed him. I failed him.
I put my arm around Jack.
When he needed me most, I failed him.
Besides looking, what else you doing?
Usual.
The fuck does that mean?
I know Jack got a.
Bodyguarding, beating people up.
I know he got a hit on those assholes that roughed up.
Yeah, I got their address. The rollers.
The rollers.
Yeah. I opened up a gym.
Did we put any of the others?
Yeah, we're watching them. Making notes. I don't know what we're gonna do with notes, but you use notes.
Yeah, don't have them give you the notes.
No.
It's not shit wipe.
Your subtext is so subtle.
Well, Jack, you could probably use a little shit wipe, to be honest.
Go get yourself cleaned up.
What's the girl's name?
Mabel.
Mabel comes out from back. Goes, oh, Jack! She grabs a mop.
He shit himself again.
Oh,
He's covered.
your boots off.
I was looking for Alex still.
Come on, Jackie. I'll help you get cleaned up.
We'll take him out back, dump him in the trough.
All right. I grab some like really thick rubber gloves. I'm like putting them all the way up to my elbows.
Oh, you're like Victorian era Dr. Frankenstein.
I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
I gotta get this shit smell off my boy.
Just like right to the armpit, sort of. It's delightful. Yeah.
I look over at Mabel after they walk out. I say, "How are you doing?"
Oh, fine. That ringing in my ears went away, so that's good.
The construction looks like it's doing okay. The people you hired seem to be doing all right.
Yeah, they have good references and stuff. Yeah.
You have any problems with the money?
The money? No, it's just nickels and dimes too. Just kids coming in.
How's our stock?
Stock's pretty good. I mean, maybe people were a little afraid to come in, so we got a little too much. But I think business is picking up.
God damn it, Jackie! You splashed me in the face. Oh God!
Use the lie.
Oh Jesus! Oh, I taste it.
I have my mouth open.
No! Oh God!
I better go check on them before they kill each other.
Quit squirming!
Oh, Uncle
Yeah,
Trickle. This. She goes over to the register, rings it open and lifts up the money thing and takes out like an envelope. She's like, "This came in for you this morning."
All right, I'll tear the side off of it and kind of dump whatever's inside it in my hand.
There's a scorpions. Just nothing but live scorpions. No, that's a different envelope. She does not give you the scorpion one.
Fucking live scorpions.
I didn't notice the movie.
We call that the crunchy mail.
Right. No, a note comes out, and there is you open it up, and it's got the seal of the Red Sashes on it. It's a small note, and it's basically an invitation to have the second best biscotti tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah,
over coffee
I forgot
with a
about
friend.
the second best biscotti.
All right, I'll tuck that into my shirt pocket, and I'll see. Maybe go tell those boys to get cleaned up. We're going to be doing something a little bit later.
Can I send someone to tell them to get cleaned up?
Do whatever you got to do. You run the shop.
Jack, get your ass cleaned up. No, she doesn't do that. She comes out back. She's like, oh, Jack, put some pants on.
Mabel, save yourself. Just get inside.
Uncle Trinkle wants you. Oh.
I imagine helping Jack bathe is like it's like a greased pig trying to get away the whole time. He's just not a big fan.
I don't think he has any problem with being cleaned.
So it's like a 6'5" Cartman.
Not that he isn't clean, but like bathing, maybe he doesn't like doing all that much.
Well, and you use the wire brush in the lye, so
He's got to get that shit off.
It really does. It's sewage shit. You don't want to get disease.
Got to get all this shit off my beautiful boy.
Mm-hmm. So you get cleaned up. What are you guys doing? Proust, you have.
It's a good thing I have two pair of boots
Yes.
now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you always take the bad boots into the sewer.
Yeah.
After that first time,
With the
you're
holes
like,
in
yeah, that was a lot of money to get those cleaned up.
So Proust comes into the shop with an individual dressed like a Victorian-era hospital orderly. Now, you would all recognize this person the last time he had a belt of vials and such on him. And now he doesn't. And his expression's probably a bit different. The way he carries himself is a bit different.
In what way?
He's much more... The guy with him is a
Oh,
little
you mean
bit-
the guy? I thought you meant you. I'm sorry.
No.
So he
No,
carries
Proust
himself
looks the
differently.
same as he ever has.
Yeah.
This is the guy that he possessed.
Yeah.
Oh, what was his name? Samuel.
Yeah.
He's got a new name now.
Yeah, the body of Samuel, right?
By
And-
this time, Samuel is burnt out, gone.
Yeah, he's obliviated, is my understanding.
Yeah.
But so Proust walks in and says, "I'd like to introduce.
Prouse, there is a horrid smell.
Pardon me, but Uncle Treacle.
Yeah. Treacle's sitting up on the counter eating, and
Your friend comes up to you and kind of doesn't look at you and kind of holds out a little screw top jar of menthol.
Oh yeah, he takes it and puts a little dab under his nose, and then passes it back.
You notice that your friend does not have that.
Thank you.
And he's kind of...
This is my, cleanliness is next to godliness, and right now you're next to neither.
The menthol to you.
oh, thanks. And dips his fingers in the menthol, kind of licks it.
Oh.
Ugh. He takes another bite of his onion.
I think outside as we kind of finish, I'm like, so do I still smell like a treacle fart?
Not nearly as bad, but it's almost there.
So that's cuz that's not me. It's Jack. Jack was rolling around in the sewer again today.
I'll speak to him about that in a moment, but I would like to introduce my student of divinity, Alfred Steads.
Alfred kind of nods to you.
That was his name when the spirit was alive.
You've noticed Alfred does not... He can talk. He has talked. He does not talk very much. He is very... Well, you know what he's doing. He's very observational, but it's not like reading a room, right? He's always taking things, the feels, the smells, it's his vice.
That's which is fine by Proust, because people that talk too much and are too active are sort of, in his mind, missing the point of what life has to offer. So, no, he's probably well on his way to being added pastorally into this totally legitimate religion.
Absolutely.
And
So he's your student.
oh no, we are all students.
What did you just call him?
Well, he is a student of divinity. Mine only insofar as he just so happens to be following behind me, and I am charging myself with his well-being and with his care since I helped his rebirth into this world.
He gives Mabel a penny, and he buys some sugar floss, that cotton candy as we would call it. And like you two are talking, and he just takes it. Mabel kind of smiles at him, but kind of like, here you go, weird guy. He takes it and he's just like touching it. He just kind of like squishes it. He's not like tearing it apart or anything. He's just like feeling the texture of it.
Does he do that all the time?
Oh, of course, because his eyes have been opened. Don't worry, I'll open your eyes too.
Am I going to fondle stuff like that?
No, he's not fondling. That's such a sexual term.
What is he doing? Looks like
Well, when I see you, I see a man and I see desires. I see vices and virtues. I see a spirit occupying a body held by such a thin silver thread to this material world.
Probably
And
literally.
I gave him ghost mind, so he does actually see the sort of...
Yeah, the veil, the
yeah.
ghost field. Yeah.
And so,
Oh Jesus! Proust isn't crazy. He's just describing what he sees.
that's how I picture Proust. He is nuts, but
Makes me uncomfortable.
he is somewhat anchored in reality and
Right.
understands it a bit too much.
Just not a reality anyone else is plugged into.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're so many things. You're not just one thing. He's not fondling that candy. He's understanding it in a way that I hope someday you will too.
You guys.
as long as he just doesn't, he understands it with his pants on, that's all I care.
His pants are quite on, and he purchased it.
No, yeah, he can do whatever he wants to it.
No, if this was a place of ill repute of
Right.
sexual deviancy, why I would flagellate and flog anyone in here.
Jack, they're talking about the golden cat.
That's if
Those where Proust never goes.
if he's looking for visceral experiences, I know Jack could probably set him up.
Oh, that poor lost soul.
Ah, he'd be all right. He just washing the shit out from behind his ears,
Oh, how did he end up covered in such filth?
crawling down in the sewers.
Is that a metaphor for his
His
business?
debauchery? No, it's quite literally. He's been going down there every day, he and
Why?
Reginald, looking for Alex.
Oh, search in vain, search in vain. Look in all the fields and meadows for the sheep, yet never look in the pasture.
Are you saying you know where he's at?
Ah, yes. Precisely where he needs to be. And he will come to us precisely when he should. Buddy, are you struggling with your faith again?
Here we go with the buddy thing again. Take another bite of my onion. Yes, I'm constantly struggling with my faith.
I thought our little foray into the realm of minds and magic might have opened your eyes to have some more faith, to see the structure of things that even when you thought you had no control, we came out all right. As I said, before it even began to unfold would happen. Did I not?
You did.
It is not because I am wiser, it is only because I possess faith. And that's why we must open your eyes. Must I cut and then rebind that silver cord?
So I
don't know what any of that
Can I come in at
means.
this point?
Oh, you smell
I have
10% better.
I have faith Alex is going to come back, and I have faith that I'm going to be there when he does. That's why I go down there.
Because you're going to whip his ass?
No,
it is perhaps...
I failed him once. I'm not going to fail him again. I'm going to be there for him when he comes back.
Taking off those like long gloves and
Those bovine gloves.
I'm holding them out away from me, and I just kind of flop them somewhere in a
Throw
sink or
those
something.
outside.
If I didn't have faith he was coming back, I wouldn't be going down there.
I know, and you must go muck around to pay a penance to understand your physical situation. That mucking here or mucking at your business, your conveyance.
We call that rooting.
Ah.
That's what he's talking about.
One house of fecals to another.
House of food. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff.
There are girls that are.
I know.
I don't.
You got to pay extra sometimes.
No. You see, there is something I've always
Ask
been...
little Garrett, she probably knows.
I could open your eyes in a moment. There's something
Sandy
I've
Gash.
always been interested to try, but have not yet done so, which is to see what could happen if someone went through an apotheosis of being separated from themselves, seeing the full realm of things, and then being reunited with themselves.
Sounds dangerous.
Can you translate what the fuck he just said?
It's a
You
bunch
wanna
of
come
it's a
into
bunch
the
of shit that
scene? You can play big
only
Garrett.
only Proust understands.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, that's what I thought. Don't worry, Jackie, we'll find him.
He is
come in,
he's
like,
offering
give a report of
to expand
what you
your
guys have been doing
spiritual
No, not his, yours.
mine. He's
Oh, that's
offering,
better.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. He's
Yeah,
not talking to you.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
No,
What's the offer there, Prousty?
Well, that we could stop your heart and breathing, and I could then put your spirit right back into your own body after you've had a glimpse of what really is.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that and come back to it some other time.
I look at Treacle with this like, the fuck did he just say? Like,
It sounds a little extreme there, Proust.
No, when you're ready, it will all seem quite sensible.
Okay, well, let's. I'm not quite there yet, so we'll get there whenever we get there.
We will.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
So Big Garrett walks in.
Oh my God! Look at this motherfucker. He's in.
He's bouncing a bag of coin in his
I
hand.
feel like at the bottom of a goddamn well. All these gigantic motherfuckers.
I give Big Garrett like this handshake we have.
He throws a coin purse on the table, and he says, he looks around and sees that you've not blown a gasket, and goes, so I guess you haven't heard
Heard what?
about the 13th precinct?
What are you talking about, BG?
Well, there was some trouble.
Define trouble.
Mabel comes over and she's sweeping and she bumps into Big Garrett. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
Seems we made a mistake.
It's been months though, right? This isn't like the same day.
No, this is like 3 months later.
Okay.
But the side thing may have happened. When did it happen?
No, it happened at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
BG, you talking about
Oh, well, in
that?
In that case, I, the player, wrote or misunderstood that that amount of time had passed. I thought we were doing that time jump on train. Gotcha.
So something happened with what are they rebuilding?
All you guys have heard is that Treacle might have heard something different. All you guys have heard is that Precinct 13 got hit and had a problem, and of the 37 witnesses, no one saw a goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's
And now
that's Doskvol for you.
And the cops ain't talking.
Of course not, because they got their asses spanked.
Yep. The neighborhood ain't talking because they don't want to get their asses spanked. And Mabel is sweeping up against you and giving you...
Rumor has it their tall boy is going to be working any day now.
I look over at Jack and I go, as bad as you smell, I can smell the bullshit.
Even I can smell it from here.
Have you been,
What if someone give me a fortune roll? I'm curious as to what the state of their tall boy is. If they were able to...
Wayne, you roll it.
How many dice?
No, he always does this and rolls
Right.
fantastic on shit he's supposed to not do.
Insight.
Yeah. Yeah, insight.
3.
3?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah. We can get a dumpster fire out of them when we need it.
So the truth...
Feel reliable.
And, you know, in the rumor mill sort of thing, 3 is bad outcome. 4. Well, what we're going for, no, 3 is bad.
Yeah, 3's the best.
3's bad.
Yeah.
So I was having you roll for them, so I'll keep it honest there. The reality of the situation is they can't report it up the chain, and they had to move heaven and earth to keep it tamped down that they got their asses handed to them. And basically they're saying, oh yeah, that tall boy that you leased to us, yeah, no, totally fine. No, we need it for a few more months. No, totally. And they're pulling in they're not retaliating against you because they're squeezing, I mean, the biggest gang in Doskvol, they're squeezing their sources for money to pass around the hat to try to get someone to fix it on the down low. And
So I sort of told a half truth
yeah.
that they're inching their way closer toward it being operational. That's true.
all right.
Are you talking about that isolated earthquake?
Alex should totally take the job to fix it when he comes back.
That's exactly what I was
and put
thinking.
in like our own back doors.
It's like a kill switch.
Yeah.
If only Alex was here. Wish we knew a leech who could do it. What's the name of that one squirrely fucker?
That does not narrow it down in this town.
No, the one that
We just start naming off people.
Yeah.
We start at the top of the phone book.
No, that's
Tommy Squirrely?
that squirrely fucker. We chopped his fucking hand off.
I don't know, Unc. You're not really narrowing it down.
God
here.
damn it!
Yeah.
That's pretty common.
Oh, the guy that pooped in the vase.
All right.
Guy that pooped in the vase? What the fuck?
Yeah, he wanted the egg sandwich.
I wasn't there for that, but Reggie wasn't there. What the fuck?
Pooped in the face.
Yeah, he asked for
Egg
a
sandwiches
vase
and pooping in
because he couldn't leave
vases?
the safe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that little asshole. Yeah.
Kiraso or something.
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That fucking guy owes us a favor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we can talk his ass into doing it. Aren't you supposed to be watching the rollers?
Yes.
Who's watching them now? And don't say little Gary.
It's totally little Garrett.
Worth.
Which is worse than little Garrett watching.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's probably inside there with them.
No.
Morph is to walk down the street in front of the shop.
Yo, excuse me. Rushes out after Worth, grabs him by the arm,
Hey,
rush him down the street.
CBG. like I don't get to see those guys no more.
Prouse, the more this day goes, the more I think I may want you to sever that fucking cord.
Very well, please lay down
No,
over here.
no, I said I may.
No, honey, it's not for you.
Oh, man. So, what's the story with your friend here? He's a...
His prior spirit was weighed and found wanting.
Bummer.
And so, no. Where you see a bummer, I see fulfillment. I see glory coming to be. For instead, he's a vessel of rebirth for a far more worthy spirit. Don't you see?
Question.
The guy hands you his cotton candy.
So,
No, I'm good, thank you.
is this the first of many?
Oh, no.
You're not going to just, like, start putting people who are, like...
No, he's not the first.
Uh-huh. So eventually we're going to have a bunch of these...
Drones?
these
Well,
people not fondling things walking around.
only if the hardness of this city's heart is
He comes up to Jack and
Is
hands you
this-
his cotton candy.
Jack,
No.
No.
is as
This guy's like Vince Clortho.
he's offering you candy. Yes, have some.
No, don't make me look it up.
The Keep Master of Ghosts.
Yeah,
I just
Thank you, Vince.
would you like some coffee? Would I like some coffee? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
He drinks the hot water. All right. So, I'm sorry. Go on. Oh,
Jack, you're worried about Alexander. Why don't you tell me about your fears? He sits down at one of the tables and motions to an empty seat.
Alexander needed me.
Well, sit down.
I said, I wasn't there for him. I failed him.
You were right there. What do you mean you weren't there?
I couldn't protect him,
But you were there.
but I wasn't in control.
Well, then perhaps it wasn't your job.
Jackie Prowse is right. It's my fault. I was the only one that was conscious.
It is your fault. Why don't you sit down and confess?
No.
Why is it your fault?
I don't know. I could have done something. I mean, I got out of there. I could have maybe got him out too.
But you don't know why.
No.
If you were supposed to do something, you would have known it. If you were supposed to do something, you would have known what you were supposed to do and that you didn't do it. Not this vague, unnameable sense of guilt that simply hangs around you like a weight carrying you to the bottom of the ocean. Have you ever been to the bottom of the ocean?
I know I'm supposed to be there when he comes back. I know that, without a shadow of a doubt.
The same way you knew that you could protect him.
that's some cool shit.
No,
Yeah, you're not really helping here, Doc.
no, I know this.
I'm trying to show you that you need to let go. It will all come to pass as it should, and perhaps you will play a role in it, perhaps you will not.
It does
But-
say bark on the side.
But you will only have something to truly be sorrowful over if you know and don't do, not if you don't know and therefore can't do.
I shouldn't have fallen apart.
Fallen apart.
Yeah. I freaked out. All the creepy shit.
Do you need a place to rest far from here where you can learn to conquer your fears?
I don't know what I need.
Perhaps
I need to be better.
perhaps a brief stay in my house of rest would help. It helps me clear my mind.
I'm like, no.
I pulled the invitation out of my pocket and I set it on the table and I put my hand on Jack's back and I go, yeah, don't take that up unless you want butt probes. And I say, we got a meeting with the Red Sashes. What was it, tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. So get yourselves cleaned up.
Do you know what it's for?
No, I don't. It could be a score.
They always hand off the bullshit to us, man.
That's because they're the fucking Red Sashes.
Fucking
They are
pricks.
Yeah, they give us their fucking scraps because we ain't shit.
God.
But it was kind of fun last time.
Yeah, you're right.
And, you know, then we wouldn't have met the fucking one-armed wonder. Prouse, are you in or are you locking back up for a while?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't needed.
Okay. You staying here with us tonight or are you going back?
I'll meet you here tomorrow morning.
Have it your way.
I sleep better that way, Unc. Just let him go.
Without his ass creeping around at night?
Yeah.
Watching you sleep?
He doesn't sleep. We all know that. Come on. He
All right.
sleeps with his eyes open. Like,
standing there with a big knife.
All right. Then.
It's terrifying to think of him snoring.
All right. So, does anyone want to do anything in the evening, or the less dark, or the more dark, I guess? Otherwise, we'll roll to
The more dark. That sounds like a place in Forgotten Realms.
It is.
The more dark.
it does.
It's more dark.
Dark.
It's more dark.
That would be a copyright infringement.
Yeah, I just indulge some vice without the
Right,
mechanical
right. Yeah.
bonuses of it. I just go and have a fine dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fight that night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
Your gym is coming along.
My gym is
Yeah.
coming along.
Yeah. That's all of your guys' projects are role-playing wise coming along, if not mechanically. So
Well, mine's done.
yeah. All right. So next morning rolls around. Proust turns the key on his cell and walks out.
Yep.
You know what? I was promoting my gym with a
Oh.
fight. That's what I was doing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. So that evening before you guys spring, it is Reggie's first fight. It's like a charity fight.
I mean, in that case, I'm definitely there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a charity fight. So it's the opening of his new gym and such. So is anybody coming out for it?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
What charity are you claiming it's for?
It's a good question.
It's for the orphans.
Yeah.
We're orphans.
For the scamps on the street.
That's right.
But actually, it's something he cares about.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, Proust would attend. He would probably find the whole thing somewhat distasteful, but it's an ends justify the means, maybe, sort of thing.
Every day, the whaling industry loses good whalers. And those kids' mothers got to turn to being whores. And those kids' mothers find themselves that that lifestyle is really enjoyable.
Now my
Being
friend
a whore.
Jack
And
knows
they
these
throw
whores.
And they throw their kids on the street.
want my
dead
friend Jack
whales and
fucking
selfish
needs some
whores means
My
hungry
brother Jack
kids.
can't single-handedly be the only person that gives them an income. We have to help these kids and their moms.
The one syphilitic can only go so far.
So your boxing guy, it's a generally legit match. This isn't a
Well, so this isn't like
blood. No, this
This one is a real one.
All
the
right.
gym is a quote unquote legit business,
Okay.
and it is there for youth sport. Youths. A what? What's youth? So it's a youth sports sort of thing, you know, for the kids, the orphans, and their whore mothers, and so widows, or that we call them. So no, that he's actually legitimately trying to set up. It's not what he does in the evenings of
okay.
kill people.
I was saying
and
this is like something out of like Unleashed or whatever, where he's just
No.
murdering people in the basement.
No,
that's his other thing.
that's why. Yeah, actually, I do underground fighting, but this is the legitimate business I set up to basically pull in new talent and teach basically younger generation to defend themselves and really how to grift people and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then I also do teach adults that would come in, but for the most part, probably most of the adults that come in are like people that really should never be fighting anyone ever.
Right.
Or like you and Proust are both talent shopping in very different ways.
Yeah.
So
One of you's got vice, the other one's got virtue. Well,
So I want you to make a
quote,
roll.
Yeah.
I want you to make a roll. This is not how well you do in the fight.
Okay.
You do as well as you tell the other guy to do in this fight. right? It's like if you,
Well, she's a wise guy.
yeah. I mean, there's. Well, I'm going to have you roll for Mabel because there's definitely a betting pool going on the side.
Oh yeah.
And you don't run the gambling in your neighborhood.
Oh damn, we don't. Fuck. What?
No.
No, Mabel does.
Mabel does.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's her side hustle.
Yeah, you guys don't, like, gambling is beneath you. You guys beat shit up. Gambling. You can't make money doing gambling. What if you lose?
There's no real money in it.
Yeah. What if
You got to
something
fix
wins?
everything, and then you got more.
All it takes is one lucky fucker to come in and you're fucking broke.
Yep.
Fights.
All right,
Hurting people. There's always money.
There's always money. And
we're good at it,
always
so it's
wants-
almost a guarantee.
We're printing our own money.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you're doing is you're rolling to see how well the gambling goes for Mabel.
Gotcha.
What you're doing is you're seeing how well the skimming goes. You basically got your widest-eyed, little, most pathetic orphans going around with the hat, collecting money for the, quote, charity. You're seeing how well they do.
Okay. What am I rolling for that?
How many dice am I rolling here?
Well, so it's a fortune roll, which means if I actually got my bifocals in, they're not coming in for another couple months. But so you roll 1d for each trait that you have. That's the up and down one. So whatever one you pick, would this be insight? I don't really, for this, I don't see prowess or result. Maybe insight.
Okay.
And for you, it's basically how well you kind of got the, coach the kids on what to do. So, insight or prowess.
I'm gonna do prowess just because it's better. If you
Okay,
let me do prowess, I'm gonna do prowess.
Do either of you have any major advantages? Does Mabel have any major advantages?
Well, it's the only fight in the area. So
Yeah.
if people are wanting to gamble on a fight, then they're going to be here.
Okay.
Well, and I think Mabel has the inside track of who the fighters are because she was providing them.
She talked to you beforehand.
Yeah.
Hey, how you're gonna fight? Oh no! You're gonna, no, you're gonna get hurt. What if they hurt you?
No, Mabel, come on. You know I got this.
But who's really gonna win?
Mabel, come on. You're making me blush. You know I'm gonna
And then she looks at you and says, "Your ass goes down in the 5th."
Mabel, good punk. Mabel, you're teasing me. Come on. Come on.
Basically, yeah, Mabel lays it on thick. Reggie does not get it, but
Yeah.
Reggie was kind of maybe planning, because it's an exhibition fight, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to take the fall, and oh, good job, sort of thing. Yeah. Mabel's like, basically like, no, I would really be impressed if you won.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And it went the distance.
Right.
Because she's probably doing...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The progressive thing,
The progressive
it's like, yep, knock out in the first,
So I'm going out there just Mayweathering until the last. And
Right,
then I'm like,
'cause-
Iron Mike, punch out.
Yeah, because Mabel really wants to see a show, and you really want to impress her.
Yeah, people are
Well, then you're
betting.
not Mayweathering if you actually want to impress the viewer.
I know, that's why the last round's the impressive part.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are betting that he's going to take him down in round 1,
Right.
but he's intentionally not. Mabel knows that.
So this
Probably my record is usually like first round. Like underground, the ones that watch me, the fights don't last super long.
So do you have any advantages
Like Kimbo
for the
Slice.
kids?
No, I'm way better than Cable Fly.
So do you have do the kids have any advantage?
They're cute.
They are cute. I'll take that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
You
cute.
specifically.
It's for them. It's kind of like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to help us? Like,
right. Yeah. That's
Right.
so.
And if they don't put money in, I step up behind the kid. You're not going to help the kid?
yeah. No, I like that more. Jack has been walking around with the kids with his arms crossed. Like,
Somebody does a little coin purse where they get one coin out and he dumps her elbow.
Yeah.
Like, no,
yeah.
this is a charity, mister.
This is all feeling very extortion-y. I don't like it. It's a good thing Alex isn't there. This
I
seems
know, right?
immoral.
So this is a big event.
Shut up, you.
That's because it is extortion.
He's been doing this gym thing for a long time. He's been this is kind of his dream.
Yeah.
Been talking about, and the whole neighborhood showed up. Only part of the neighborhood maybe wanted to show up. The whole neighborhood showed up.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Proust or Jack or Big Garrett doing anything like these guys are? Is there any kind of like fortune roll you guys want to make? Anything that you kind of want to try to
I really
Garrett's
do
the
think
homie.
I am walking around with the.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay, yeah, and that gives you an extra dice.
But this is not an event where everyone's actually getting killed.
No, it very
Then-
specifically not killed.
Then the only thing Proust is doing is he
This one has rules. So.
Yeah, there's a referee.
Yeah, he might help. Well, yeah, he's just kind of hanging around. He might help Booker hang up some of the new Blue Coat sort of image campaign posters go up, which has this great watercoloring of a tiger with a badge that says, "The law is on the prowl."
The Blue Coats
Oh, I
did
love
not
it.
commission any of this.
Nope.
But the Blue Coats do not take them down either.
He's becoming the mascot of the
Right.
Blue Coats.
Okay, so Booker's there, Dr. Proust and Booker, and that's
Blue
kind of
Coats,
because
they're
you're like,
There,
so Treacle's there, and it's like, okay, fucking Booker and Proust are now buddy. So
They're hanging up fucking tiger posters.
Yeah.
So what we
Big Garrett
need.
is doing the opposite of grift. He is running anti-grift to
Really?
make sure that people aren't picking pockets and
that is bad for EV business.
Yeah.
If you get robbed, stop going.
Yeah.
I want you to roll a fortune roll on that.
Yeah.
And if you fuck it up, you lose a dice. But if you both lose a dice,
Okay.
but because that means some people are he's stopping people. Well, he's protecting his own interests too. He's stopping
May I
people
borrow
from
some
cheating.
dice from somebody?
Yeah, here,
I'm gonna
here's
get
some
my,
right out of the
I'm gonna get my
deck.
taint on him.
But if he does well, then you both get a die.
Oh, okay.
Better your team
All right,
than
so
mine.
how many
Big
dice am I
Garrett's-
rolling for this fortune
Big
roll?
Garrett's the real homie.
So we'll say two because we don't have Garrett's
I don't.
sheet or anything. So we'll just say two.
I have 3.
3 is a bad outcome.
A bad
for
outcome.
effect. So how does Big Garrett fuck this up?
Well, he lets somebody get away.
Like he just
Yeah, somebody gets their pocket picked, and Garrett goes to nab the person, and the person is too lithe or too quick, and they get away from him and they make it out the door.
and then there's behind him there's other people, and then like Mabel is going to give you a fucking earful because while you were playing pussyfoot with this pickpocket, there was somebody who's cheating on who was scamming. Like maybe there's a card game going on the side or some dice games that they're kind of. Basically, there were some cheaters and she lost a little bit of money. So you had lost a dice and you lose a dice.
Well,
Motherfuckers.
cheaters get themselves killed.
Right. Except the guy who killed him wasn't doing his job.
Well,
Uncle,
he is now.
Yeah.
Uncle Treacle is actually going to bring a date.
Whoa.
He's bringing
Wow.
Jenna, the servant.
Oh.
He's I mean, like full on fucking cane, big hat, and everything.
He is
When we're mad, do we call you Uncle Fecal?
You can,
once.
but you better
Johnny,
bring a small bag to put your fucking teeth in.
Have you seen these chiclets? I need a big bag.
I'll bust your teeth out and sell them to rich fuckers for false teeth.
Okay. Let's see how the orphans do.
The orphans for the orphans.
For the orphans, come on. 5s.
5s. Good. So it's a mixed outcome, limited effect.
He critically fived.
Critical 5.
What I'm going to say, you have a choice.
Okay.
You either win all 7 rounds and you impress the fuck out of Mabel, or the kids made money and Reggie is going to get a coin for this.
Mabel
Or
Mabel cred or a coin.
And remember, you have no money.
no money. As a player, Mabel's a lying little bitch.
She's not lying. She just isn't telling you everything. There's things you need to know, and there's things that are just too complex for Reggie.
bitch.
Complex like running a sports book.
Yeah.
Plus, she's got a cute little pout.
Yeah.
I guess I impressed Mabel.
Okay.
We'll go with the impressed Mabel.
All right. Yeah.
The kids are still learning.
They are learning.
Jack and I have been trying to teach them everything we know about grifting people.
Mm-hmm. Jack, you're helping out the kids, but there's just too many kids and the crowd's
Yeah.
too big. You guys actually
I can only walk behind one kid.
right. you guys make enough money to cover the event. To cover the drinks and any damage done, and
But our names out there.
but your name's out. No, the event was a success. Just you didn't succeed in turning
Making
a profit.
Shit.
Now, did Mabel turn a profit?
Let's see. Mabel always turns something. 5.
5.
Just 5 or critically 5.
You lose.
Just,
No,
just 5.
Just
If I wouldn't have lost that dice because somebody can't do their fucking job.
Yeah, let's see how it would have turned out.
Right.
Nah, that's a 5.
That would have been a triple critical
triple crit.
5.
Limited mixed outcome.
Super 5.
I'm gonna say basically Mabel breaks even too.
Okay. Which she considers a loss.
Which she does consider a loss. I mean, you're in a for-profit business. You're not. But on the other hand, from Mabel's perspective, nothing was revealed. Her crew, which is actually your cohort, nobody got hurt. Nobody, got nabbed by the cops. It didn't turn into a big bar fight. There were cheaters, and she finally got Alex's attention, and Alex was like gonna kill the guy because that's what you do, right? That's what we do here.
Big Garrett.
I'm sorry, I was looking at it. But Big Garrett was like looking at Mabel. It's like, yeah, I'll don't worry, I'll take him out back and I'll break his fucking neck for him. And she's like, no, that's not what you're going to do. And you're like, that what? I don't, because it's a legit sort of thing. And in Big Garrett's mind, Big Garrett learns something that only Big Garrett knows, is that Mabel doesn't want to fuck up Reggie's night. Little seed got planted in Big Garrett's head.
Take that, Worth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we made this joke already, but why is no one written less on there?
No. Because the Worth kills them if they do.
Come on, man. Rename it
Word, not
Ballless.
soul.
Nice.
And Worth is sitting there watching these fucking rollers, and he's just like, God damn it! I bet that Reggie's hitting on fucking Mabel. He's telling all kind of lies. His fucking fists and
His fucking fists. God, he's so hot when he's all fucking sweaty and shit. Ugh.
God, what does he see in him?
See, the love triangle is actually the other way around.
Like the constant heat exchange. Brett's pumping adrenaline. His nipples are super erect.
So little Garrett is sitting next to Worth in this place that they rented across the street from the hideout, and Worth is just sitting there cracking his knuckles, mumbling about this shit all night.
What is your problem? Problem is I'm here watching these... Why are we even watching these guys?
What are you talking about? Reggie looks great out there. Why can't you be happy?
You're watching the
You're
rollers.
watching the rollers.
Yeah,
that's
you're
right,
missing
that's
the
right,
fight.
That's right.
You're watching these idiots with me. You could be at the fight.
Yeah, but once you've seen most of our guys fight, you've seen it all. What else is there to see? We know he's gonna win.
Yeah. Damn it.
You just mad because Mabel's there.
Yeah.
What's your thing with Mabel? Why are you so hung up on this stupid bitch?
She's a ball buster.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
get
don't
on her
get.
to that.
Fucking men.
Have you seen my parole officer?
I saw what she did to you afterwards. Yeah,
So hot.
He
so hot. Talk about a ball buster.
Worth recently got out of traction.
I see a little bit of Mabel in her.
Oh my god. Well, you know you can pay for that, right? Not me. I'm not doing that shit.
I don't get paid for it.
Yeah, I'll do it for free. Crushing your balls, nothing else. So.
I was going to say fade to black.
Howls of pain. Worth is in traction again. All
Yeah,
right.
you hear in the night city like, "Ah!"
It's so hot. Wait, why don't I have one testicle now? All right, so
God, they're like mush.
ooh,
2 bags of jelly.
it's like 2 bags of chunky peanut butter.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking metal. Oh my God, just testicle fragment.
So far, everything that's happened in this game, Worth had it the worst out of everybody, 100%.
And that's his thing.
He didn't know that.
It awakened something in him.
He had a revelation.
Can you imagine if
What?
the character had died getting his balls smashed?
Oh. Should make his vice suffering.
I mean, yeah.
He almost got a trauma, so.
All right. So, the evening winds down, and there is. Everything goes well. Not as well as some people had wanted, but everything, it's generally a legitimate success. It's just not an illegitimate success.
We did it.
So, you got a nice big black eye. Got a nice-
Fuck, I do. I don't have a mark on me. No, I do.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Not
Actually-
a black eye, but my cheek is split. Like,
Yeah.
we'll say it's like split or something.
So, what's the reaction of the other guy? He was supposed to win.
Oh, I was never gonna win. Well, when he wakes up, he can be upset about it, but I'm not that worried.
All right. So,
I get a picture, like, in the back after that. He's in the locker room, and he's like, I'm going to find him. And I just kind of stand up. You gonna let it go. You gonna walk away.
and the
You're
guy
lost. Deal with it.
the guy's bell is still kind of rung, and he's like seeing double and stuff, and he thinks you're like consoling him. It's like, yeah, man, you're right. I really need to let this shit go. Man, I get so angry sometimes. Like, I know, but you're not getting fucking angry here. And then you're like, yeah, this is not the right place for that. This isn't a good release for me.
Something weird's going on here.
Keep that shit to yourself.
All right. So, you guys, the evening winds up. Whatever you guys end up doing, an after party or not, or whatever. And I tell you, if you go to an after party, these orphans are going to drink you under the table, and you got a meeting in the morning. So,
That's my boys.
yep. They do not mess around with the hooch. So, next morning, what are you guys doing?
Treacle walks in with a hickey on his neck.
Finally made it all the way to, oh, no, you struck on it first.
It's a pinch hickey.
The neck isn't the only place he's got one.
You should see where she hooked up the other electrode.
That's right.
Proust rolls in. I mean, the split second the door opens, he is there. He was not there a moment before. The split second it opens, he is there.
You got great timing there, Doc.
No, thank you. It's a practice habit.
Yeah, I wish you could teach the other one of these lazy fuckers this practice. I opened up the door.
I can.
Yeah, good, because they're always late.
I'm already up. I was going to say, I'm already up and I'm there. And I'm
I walk in, they're already there.
Yeah.
I'm complaining.
you're the one that's late.
You even saw them through the glass. But you gotta bust their balls.
Teach these lazy fuckers how to show up. You opened the door late.
I'm wearing my nice trench coat that I can hide the extra weapons in.
Do they have like ice machines and shit or anything like that? Or like, is ice available?
No, they can't. I
Okay.
mean, they've had ice in real life.
Yeah, for a long time, but I didn't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm icing my like my shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Balls.
Balls.
No, he's
That's
icing his
Worth.
balls.
Yeah, he's icing his
Well,
balls.
Worth is
Worth.
icing what's left of his balls.
He wears ice underwear now.
You ever have your scrotum ultrasound?
Nah.
Just
Can't say that.
asking for a friend.
No.
They put the goop on it?
Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed.
Yeah, I kind of pictured. I was thinking about this throughout this this session. I kind of pictured that Jack actually had picked up on the friction that Worth feels about Reggie,
Yeah.
and that he's been paying off Worth's parole officer. More difficult for him.
Wow. She is happy to oblige. Actually,
Jack's a good brother.
she doesn't take the. She is like the honest cop, But she lays it on anyway. She's like, oh no, you're right. I do need to punish that fucker.
Yeah.
Do you know what he did? Oh, yep. You're stirring the pot. Yep. All right.
That prick deserves it.
What happened to your face? I thought you weren't going to get touched.
I had to make it look good. Come on.
I lost $30 on that hit.
Yeah, and he lost 4 teeth. What's your point?
Didn't you see? Wasn't the other guy that did it?
I mean, he hit me here, pissed me off. I was going to let him win.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about it.
Yeah, I saw what happened. He bent over, cut himself. Make it look good.
What a best. Unky thought he could beat me. Come on. Not in a million years.
Wasn't he supposed to beat you?
That's what he told you. That's why
what
you put the bet.
That's why. Yeah. So you told me that you were going down.
That was a joke. I thought you knew.
You bought that?
Why would I ever? Why would I ever let that asshole beat me? Oh my god!
Because of the money.
Yeah,
The money was into it.
I had 30 on Reggie.
Yeah.
You
Reggie told me he was going to
scheming
lose.
little fuckers.
Reggie told me he's going to lose, but I knew he wasn't going to lose, so I put 30 on him anyway.
Yeah, Jack knows me too well.
And this is why Mabel runs the game.
I look over a problem.
You owe me $30.
I look over a problem. It's all about having faith. I had faith.
You took the gamble. I don't know.
Because you told me.
All I'm saying is it could have went either way.
See what I got to deal with here, Doc?
That's why I have the money.
He was fighting with Mabel in the audience. You really think he was going to take a dive?
Mabel comes walking in the front door. Oh, hi, boys.
Jingle in her step.
Yep.
All right, I look at her and go, "You get to work. You're part of the problem here."
She's like,
Morning, Mabel.
hi. What's up with him?
He was supposed to lose that goddamn fight.
He saw it.
Reggie wouldn't lose a fight.
Thank you, Mabel.
How come I'm the only asshole who believed that he was going to lose a fight?
I don't know why you didn't believe in me.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with your
I
crocodile
believe in you,
tears.
Reggie.
I can't believe it. All these years, you thought I would lose to this asshole?
Yeah. Keep trying. Never believe in a goddamn word you say again. Until you pay me my $30.
Hey, you gotta earn that $30.
Shit. All right, are we ready to go? Where the hell's Big Garrett?
I haven't seen him since last night.
Son of a bitch. I guess we're going without him, then.
I heard we're getting up to leave. Big Garrett comes in. Sorry I'm late.
Oh my god.
There he is.
This motherfucker.
Classic
Every
BG.
time Garrett shows his face, Uncle Treacle says, "This motherfucker."
There he is.
I miss anything important?
Yeah,
Nah.
goddamn fight.
Uncle Treacle lost $30.
Shut up.
Garrett, he thought I was gonna lose that fight. Can you believe this?
That's on you.
No, this asshole said he was going to throw the goddamn fight.
Does that sound like something I'd say? Come on, guys.
I gotta side with him.
Garrett knows. He sparred with me.
Who'd you put money on, Garrett?
Oh, nobody.
You didn't get yourself some coin?
I wasn't 100%. I wasn't sure who to trust.
The smartest man in the room is this
Hey,
motherfucker.
he's smart. He is smart. That's true. Could have been at least $30 richer.
Shut up. All right, get your shit. Let's go.
All right.
What does Blubber want now?
You want to call him that to his face?
Uncle Treacle opens the door. Come on, let's go. He says that and you close the door.
Is he here?
Are you? The motherfucker will rip your lips off. And then tell you not to bite his dick when he shoves it down your throat.
Understood. Lord, it is.
Yes, it is. Let's go.
All right, you guys head off. You get down there, get a coach or whatever, walk. Probably catch a coach. Kind of.
Yeah,
It's creepy how-
Reggie can pay for the fucking go.
It's creepy how clean this area is. just ain't natural.
No,
No, there's no bums.
that's gross. I don't
That's
like
because
it.
All this light.
This place this is gross.
I hear they kill the bums and grind them up into sausage in here.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I heard they give them jobs.
What neighborhood is this?
This is the neighborhood you guys went to with the second best biscotti.
Ah,
So you guys go and
yes.
there's like cobblestones. There is
A beautiful fountain.
there's a beautiful fountain. There is a man with a trash can on wheels with a broom who's sweeping up the street. Not the street in front of his shop. He doesn't have a shop. He's sweeping up
Street sweep.
the street.
Yeah.
You've never seen that before.
I'm confused. Does he own the street?
No, he doesn't own the goddamn street.
He used to be a homeless guy.
Are you,
Yeah,
They
are you
gave him a
being-
job.
Are you serious?
When you see somebody walking
No, they
around
used
with a
to do
stick
that.
like that, you don't fuck with them.
No, they used to have like trash cans with wheels on them. They would wheel them around, sweep. But it's to keep the streets clean. They don't do
In
that
the
anymore
nice
'cause nobody cares.
right. Except here.
Where the fuck you been? You've seen that shit.
No, I was talking. I don't care.
Oh, Rich, you like, what the fuck?
No, Reggie's never seen that in his life. He barely knows what a broom is.
In 1795 in Paris, they had the first street sweeper.
Like, goddamn. Get a fucking epiphany.
My God, you uncultured bastard. Let me tell you.
All right. So the street is there. It's morning time, so it's less dark. They have lit street lights. There's a nice fountain. There is a bar on one side of the street with the
Golden cock.
golden cock. The sign is kind of like off kilter, and the
So it's
Does it have a male chicken on there?
it tilts to the left.
right.
Just slightly to the left.
Yeah, just slightly. It has a golden rooster
There you go.
on the picture who's wearing a little sailor hat.
Oh
Oh
God.
my god, it's a sailor bar.
Oh no.
It is a sailor bar.
Yeah, you know what they say about those? Oh, I'm sorry, Krause.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Well, and it's in two languages.
I didn't mean that.
And you may not be able to read the second language, but it says Golden Cock second language, but it's in Scotlandian. So not only is this a sailor bar, this is a Scotlandian sailor bar. So it's like the Viking sailor. Yeah, it's a little rough in there.
I hope you wore your metal underpants.
Has Proust ever told us stories about sailing, or is that just something you never talked about?
I really don't compute that sentence. Proust never talking.
Well, I mean,
Well, no, Proust-
divulging something like
Right,
that
right.
from his past.
Yeah, I was to say he's really not a chatterbox. It's just when he gets on one of his bends, then he's. But
Has he ever been lucid enough to tell
Big
us,
Garrett
like,
Proust's
some
nephew?
if
history?
anyone's ever asked him, otherwise
Yes,
no,
I
he would
believe
see
that
it
was.
Yeah.
as sort of
I
a
believe that
frivolity.
is canon. Yes.
Yeah, Big Garrett is with you guys. Big Garrett is your nephew. And it's known. You know, it's not like a secret nephew or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr.
you guys
Frost's nephew. That is correct.
Fucking nepotism, man.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you guys are on the street. There's a person selling flowers. Nobody is really going near the bar, and the window is busted out, and there's glass on the sidewalk that is not
So we're in the long
swept
line
up.
of work. Maybe we should have a candy shop. We should make glass.
Right, exactly.
We should be like
It's-
window makers.
It's the last time you were here, like 4 months ago. It was the same broken out window with the same board over it and the same glass on the
Oh,
sidewalk.
so no one has touched it.
No one has touched it. No one has swept up the glass
It's
at all.
avoided.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the bar we're going into?
No, you're not going to a bar. You're going to the cafe.
Oh, the
across
cafe across the
street.
street.
Yeah.
want to go into that bar.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That looks like a fun place to
No.
check.
Oh yeah.
It's a sailor bar called the Golden fucking Cock.
What do you mean by that? Huh?
Like I said, make sure you got your metal underwear you walk in there.
I'm going to start a bar down the street called the Rusty Cuck. Or it's just all good.
Plus, we're here for
The Rusty Clam. That's what you should.
Disinfected.
The Rusty Clam.
But yeah. Oh, remember last time there was that woman out there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she looked like she could die.
Yeah, don't get any ideas.
And you're not playing Worth, so.
Right.
All right. So, you guys go into the cafe. I mean, it's basically the same kind of setup. There is, I think her name is Ethel.
Yes.
Ethel is there. One or two patrons. You guys walk in. And
Biscotti. I pointed everybody. Biscotti.
Treacle, you would know biscotti if it hit you in the face.
I know this place has got the third best biscotti.
You hear that audibly.
Somebody drops a cup.
Somebody in the back. The cook in the back. Dog food.
Everything is silent. Everyone stops moving.
So, yeah, she's like, Unc, don't make me spread rumors about how you piss in the candy. Again.
That ain't a rumor.
That's the hard candy.
From you, I heard it ain't hard.
It's just because I got so much sugar in my pee.
So much sugar in my pee.
You can smell it.
She's like,
It smells like fruit juice.
I skeet cream.
I don't know where to go with the next insult after
Yeah,
that.
I sit down. I go,
guess-
and that is my talent.
He's right. It is a talent. Not very many people can kamikaze themselves like that. So,
And now we know why none of us were willing to touch the cotton candy. The real reason.
yeah. So, they bring you out some
Biscotti
and such.
I go, oh yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah, it's okay.
You get your ass kicked.
This is great.
Yeah, there you go.
It is the second best biscotti you've ever had, but biscotti is basically a stale cookie. So.
Yeah. This guy's okay.
I dip it in my coffee. So where's Big Man?
She's like, I wouldn't know what you're talking about in 5 minutes.
All right.
And so you hear some talking in the back, and like last time, a guy comes out in a trench coat, and there's a dog following him, and he kind of like snaps his fingers, and everybody just quietly gets up and
I
walks
picture
out.
this guy looking like Butcher from The Boys with his white dog.
No terror. Yeah.
My boy.
He has a very large. Actually, he has the exact same kind of rifle that Booker does, slung over his back. Like Booker, the first thought is, so is that your walking around long arm, or,
Right.
and no, but he has a military sort of coat on. Booker was in the military, but he doesn't wear his military coat.
No, he didn't show it off.
Yeah, but he does carry his gun around.
Yeah. He's not wrapped too tight.
So
You could say that.
this guy leaves, and everybody walks out. And after a few moments, the door to the back opens up, and it is a guy with a red sash, right? So not lard.
Okay.
To put it mildly, it is one of the Red Sash gangbangers. One of their nameless
He's one of their soldiers.
soldiers. Yeah, basically. And he's got the sash and the uniform. And he's got he's like a real hard-looking guy sort of thing.
I lean over the Jack. God, what a pussy.
Stow it.
You think you can take this guy in a fight, and the reality is he would carve his initials in your chest, and then you could take him. Maybe. So he opens the door, and he's like, you guys should come in back. Something back here you need to see.
All right. Grab my coffee and my biscotti and grab an extra biscotti.
Just got like 4 biscotti.
Grab one between each finger.
He opens up his cigar case, dumps the cigars out, and puts a biscotti in there. I like that cedar taste. Hey.
Uncle Treacle, the candy man.
All right, who's first through the door?
I'll go. That's fine.
I have nothing in my... There's nothing there you need to lift.
He just loves you.
So, well, okay, you guys walk in the back, and it's a kitchen, right? It's not a candy kitchen, but it's a little sandwiches and that sort of thing.
Right.
But there's a long counter, and leaning against the corner is Lard. And he's like leaning up against the doorway, but in the back, kind of crossing his arms.
What's that door built out of?
It's a very old door. They don't make it like they used to. And he's kind of looking at these two guys sitting at the counter, right? And these two guys are sitting on stools. One of them has a brass hand, a mechanical brass hand. And he has a needle and he has a thread, and he is sewing up the face of Alex. And they're kind of chatting.
I dropped my biscotti.
I run to him.
Yeah. Same.
Wait, pause because I have an out of character question before I meld any in character response. The mechanical hand, is that a thing in this setting, or does that require magic to make? Or like is
So it is a thing in the setting, not defined in the book, but implied.
right? Okay.
Any mechanical thing needs power to operate, so that's an electrophasmic cell. Anything that is autonomous, like a little drone, a robot, a little Wayne's old character in the other game had mechanical spider drones he can send out that were semi-autonomous. Each of those require a distilled ghost essence. The ghost essence does not possess it and be like, okay, well, I'm Chad the ghost and now I'm in the... No, it's like the will of the person drives the intelligence of the machine. And they don't, like, it has no self-control. It has no free will. But it's the life of it makes it a thinking sort of machine. But in this case, it is a hand that Alex helped install after they cut Kellum's hand off to get him off of the safe. And later on, Alex and this guy made a brass mechanical hand that basically looks like a skeleton hand. You know, there's no muscle on it or anything like that. It's not made to look like spooky skeleton, but it's just how it goes.
Terminator hand.
Yeah, Terminator hand, only brass and steampunky. And Callum has to insert a small electrophasmic cell into the palm to operate it. But it lasts a long time. And he is there, and Alex is there, like, kind of with his face up, looking up at the ceiling as Kellum is stitching his face up, but he's like, "You ripped the stitches out again, my friend."
And he says they erode.
Yeah, I mean, I brush over to him, but I don't touch him because I see he's being stitched. Where you been?
I'm not certain.
I'm on my knees. I'm just like dumbfounded that you're alive.
I say, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I literally just washed up.
I'm looking over him. I'm
Washed up.
Washed up? Yeah. No, they found me. The Sashes found me not far from here in the sewers.
I look over at Lard.
My boys found him washed up a couple days ago, about 5 days ago or so, and Callum said he'd take him in. And he was in really rough shape.
You've been gone for 3 months.
We've been looking for you every day.
That's what I understand. I don't think we have the word for coma, right? But
No.
Catalups.
Yeah. What's that?
Catalups.
Catalups?
Catalups. Yeah. That was,
Catalyps?
or it's also pronounced catalups. Yeah, catalups. But yeah, it's that's what they called a torpor state, like a coma or near death coma.
Then I was in some.
We found him a few days ago. We knew you were looking for him. I would have told you, but we didn't know what the situation was. Callum said there was something weird going on.
Yeah, I mean, my skin is very sallow, yellow. It looked like I haven't slept in a very long time. There's a pustulant scar, like I said, over the right eye that took great pains to avoid damaging the actual eye itself.
You look almost as bad as me.
Don't believe that's possible.
Nah, you look great. I'm like crying.
All right, I put my hand on Proust's back and lean in and I say, is there anything going on witchy with him?
Okay, Ghost Mine. I just
Do you put your mask on?
um,
Because remember, I believe even with the ghost mine, you have to put the mask on to see the.
oh, okay. It's, yeah, since I'm always aware of them.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's like a
Without,
sense.
yeah, I can like feel it.
Right.
Do I feel something supernatural in my presence? I'll start with that.
I don't know. Alex, does he?
No, you absolutely do.
As soon as he stops like stitching you, I hug you.
Okay.
Really tight.
He puts on the. I'll put on the spirit mask then.
Okay.
Examine him, and I also open up the satchel, which is the doctor's bag. 'Cause actually, the doctor is not a doctorate. He is actually a physician.
He's not a doctorate of history.
Yeah, he's actually a physician. He never talks about that's the useful stuff, but
A doctor of journalism.
Right. So
but, yeah, he puts on the spirit mask, but then also does open up a doctor's bag that has actual medicines and such in it.
Callum comes over to like you guys, and he's like, he needed some sleep. He needed some rest. I didn't want to excite him too much. We weren't keeping. I just want you to know we weren't keeping him from you.
No, I get that. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. I look
Thank you
over
so
at Laura
much.
and I say, "Thank you." When you say you washed up, where do you wash up at?
Lard is like 3rd and Pine. One of my cross street.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
One of my
In the sewer?
one of my boys was walking by and heard some moaning in the sewer. And normally we don't look at moaning in the sewer. Probably somebody fell in or whatever. But he just happened to take a look and was like, "Well, there's a little bit well dressed of a guy to."
I pull one of the biscotti. I dropped my biscotti. I pick them up. I grab one of them and throw it and bounce it off Reggie's head. 3rd and Pine.
We looked all over for him. I'm like teary-eyed.
You guys were you.
I look at my biscotti that I've taken a bite out of. And I hold that biscotti.
You already have one.
Thank you. Oh,
Uneaten.
yeah.
I haven't let him go. I'm like kissing him on the side of the head and stuff. Like, oh God, I'm so glad you're alive.
Guys, it's nobody's fault. I'm fine.
No, it's mine. It's my fault.
It's only been a couple of days.
Yeah,
Does it hurt?
very much. If I were, yes, very much.
Rouse, can you give him something for pain?
I'm first going to.
The sweet embrace of death.
Sever your cord. Yes, make you feel better.
We shall snip your silver. Oh, I'm good to be back in the fold of this fucking lunatic.
All right. So first thing is I'm going to attune
Yes.
to the spirit field.
Well, you're going to do the up and down.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
so whatever.
resolve. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
I'm doing a gather info.
so do you have any advantage?
Yes, ghost mind.
You have Ghost Mind, Spirit Mask, all
Which
that. Yeah,
that-
yeah.
that
Whisper,
gives
so
you an
yeah,
extra
so that's
die.
a 1. Would you say you have any disadvantages?
Not really. Nothing here really is intimidating him or anything like that. So, she's going to go straight on resolve.
Yeah, the whatever.
Or
yeah, the
resolve
other
plus
one.
1 for a ghost mind.
Yep.
I got a 4.
Man, I wish you guys were on a score because you guys are not great. So what are you looking for?
I don't know.
Fuck you, Chad.
No, fuck you, Captain Six.
I wish you were on a score. You guys be fucking up so bad.
But I guess the main thing he's looking for is
Is he possessed?
yeah.
No.
Is he possessed?
Well, I don't know.
No, he's certainly
This is
not possessed. No,
He's
in
touched.
fact,
is
it is fiendish in nature and not necessarily ghosty.
Yeah. So in the spiritual realm, there are 2 ends of it. One is ghost spirits, that sort of thing, which do a lot of stuff, and then the other side of it are demons, literal infernal monsters. And does Dr. Prowse knows ghosts, right? You know ghosts inside out. Do you have, and it's your call if you want to, do you know anything about demons or demons?
some, yeah.
Some,
because
but
that
you're not
can-
an expert.
He's
Or you can
disgusted
be.
by them. No, to him, for all the follies of man, no, the demonic just disgusts him. They are
Sure.
the prime evil to him. He has,
And now remember, in this setting, they're like forces of nature. I don't want to say they're not evil, because in this setting, you don't really say everyone's like Mabel, right?
yeah.
No one's good, nor evil. It's just different degrees.
They're just a different species of people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just powerful.
They're very powerful and they know it, but they're also really intelligent. And so, like, what is a being like that?
They're not all
cultivate?
forced to be all evil.
Right.
have
Now,
free will.
there is definitely tension. Like, all the demons there are demons in Duskwall, and all of them fly under the radar. All of them are hidden. And Duskwall, Arcros has the technology to destroy them. But it's a fight, right? You know, it's like there's sort of a detente, an unofficial, unspoken detente of you don't go around setting the city on fire. We don't go to war with you. You are officially, in the official position, there are no demons in Duskwall. There's maybe a ghost problem, and that's why we have the spirit wardens, but there's no demons in Duskwall.
No.
You guys might or may not have actually ever run into a demon. They're not like ghosts, where everyone has at least had a brush with one of them.
It makes perfect sense for me for Proust to see them as, because Proust is on one end of the spectrum. They're the evil, wrong things that are not the things that he does.
They shouldn't be occupying that space.
And I'm not saying Proust doesn't think of them as good or evil. I am transmitting the general idea.
His view is they are just these utterly worthless things that deserve nothing. They deserve to be destroyed. They need to be removed from the world. I mean, he's not even wearing anything to protect him from ghosts, but he is wearing a Demon Bane charm.
Yeah.
So no, he is just utterly beyond disgusted by these things. So
they do have a reputation for like being deal makers, where they kind of come out on top.
Yeah, and that's
at least in
right. Which is when you think about that, you realize that it's not a marker like you owe me and you've taken a marker from the house. It was more of this property is off limits.
Yeah. And for anyone following the game at home, because I actually have gotten a couple of questions of like, well, why are you running it like this? Or why is there... I didn't find this thing you mentioned in the book. Is that in... I run demons differently than how they're described in the book. In the book, they are described as forces of nature. They're like genies, right? You know, whirlwinds of fire and Ifrit or whatever they're called. Ifrit, or they're elemental lightning, and they're super powerful monsters. I don't run them like that. They're more old, powerful, Faustian, yeah.
Making deals.
Yeah, so all right, but you're saying this is more like a property marker?
Yes.
Off
Which
so
protected.
marked its bitch.
So Proust might have a sense of that, but it isn't like there's demonic writing on says property of. So Proust might like need to question some things and maybe take some time to come to that conclusion, but you're on that path.
It's like a Pete on him to clip it,
right?
Except it made a mark.
Yeah.
All right, then
You have an inkling of that idea.
All right, Proust will do what he can to actually help him medically.
Right.
Just to put some alcohol on the wound to try and stitch it.
Kellum did a decent job. You would have done better. I mean, his primary thing is not.
But beyond that, he's not saying anything about this. He's very quiet as he's
From your guys' perspective, Proust, it did the Proust thing.
He put on his mask and now he's not saying shit.
Yep.
All right.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, I'll look over at Big Man and say, well, I appreciate it. We'll get out of your hair here.
Well, as luck would have it, I do actually have a job for you if you're interested.
Yeah, we're here.
Now, it has nothing to do with Alexander. I want to make this clear. This is not a, tit for tat. You don't owe me. Your man showed up. We stitched him up and gave him some food and then turned him over. No one owes me anything for that.
Appreciate it.
No. Yep. Separate of that. Separate of that, young Callum here is being fired from the Red Sashes.
Bummer.
And he smiles, and Callum smiles back at him. Callum, what am I firing you for? What was that all about? And Callum's like, oh, didn't I, like, Roger your mistress or something? It's like, no, you didn't do that. I'd have to kill you. What is something else you could have done? Did I steal from you? Did I call you something terrible? He's like, let's say you stole from me. Yeah, you stole some coin. You owed something. Anyway, he's not a Red Sash anymore, and he needs a job. And he wants to come work for you for a time.
All right, I'd say, okay, well, I mean, while I have no problem with that, I look at Alex. Is that all right with you?
You've actually been staying with him for the past 4 days, and you guys, in my headcanon, you and Alex, Callum and Alex get along really well. They speak the same language.
Like, he's a pleasant fellow and capable enough. It does not.
It's not going to hamper your.
I don't feel you.
I mean, having more than one leech isn't out of the ordinary, so it's okay with me. It's okay with you.
We have more than one pile of man flesh that crushes things.
Yes, we do. Some would say an overabundance.
You can never have too much muscle. That said, Callum, congratulations on finding work. I hope your employment is gainful and fruitful. By the way, Callum has something that he needs to do.
Color codes fingers. A couple of pink ones, a brown one.
No. No. As shocking as that is, no. And he does say that. No, I believe young Callum has a delivery and a pickup to make. And that has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with the Red Sashes. He takes a bag of coin and he tosses it to Callum, who catches it, and Callum is willing to pay for some. Well, Callum, you can speak for yourself. Callum's like, he's kind of flexing his hand. And he goes, "Oh, I would like to go to Takarios."
The fuck you want to go there for?
Well, because I need to deliver something. There's a man there, you see. He knows things.
When you say Takarios, Alex pulls a handkerchief out of his pocket and starts wiping his freshly weeping wound.
Yeah. And Proust, you're standing there. You notice one of the stitches kind of goes pink like that. So, really, do you remember that brouhaha we had in that inspector's office? And this not office, in that house.
The one where your ass was stuck to a safe. Yeah.
Well, not my ass, but my hand.
Not
Yes.
literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, his ass was on the vase.
On the
Your
vase.
ass was stuck in the vase. Yeah. You still.
Jack, is it? Yes. Thank
Yes.
you for that, and the sandwich
Crusty
too.
vase.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
sure the inspector loved to find that one.
Oh, I understand that he is quite unhappy now
I'm sure.
at the loss,
It was a hand.
and he
That might be because I put the vase under his bed.
there's a
Yeah. You put flowers. You put flowers in his chamber pot and shit in his house.
You must have been thinking about that for weeks. And Lars says, "Focus." Yes. So and he reaches down. There's a small case, right? Or there's a case, and he pulls a small lockbox out of it, and he opens the box. He's like, "This, gentleman, is the object that was in the vase." Yeah, it's like glows, and you never see it, and closes it. Inside of the box is like a velvet, right? And it's lined with velvet and cushion. And inside, it looks like a glass lens about this big, about the size of a softball, I guess.
Ooh.
And it's very fine.
What is it?
Well, it's very old,
Yeah.
and it is definitely an item of power.
Okay.
Looks fragile.
It is.
It's just a convex lens.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, I'm not going to pick it up, but I certainly am going to lean forward and investigate, get my loop out, take a proper. Oh, I have a loop.
Yeah.
Take a proper look at this thing.
Does Dr. Proust still have his spirit mask on?
Oh yeah.
Dr. Proust sees something that these guys don't. You see writing. Like the lens is round, and there is gold writing in a language you do not recognize, and it is moving clockwise around the edge of the lens on the flat side.
So you need an escort to Kyrios.
Yes.
Done.
Excellent. I love working for you guys.
Yeah, it's very uncomplicated.
It is.
As a general rule, we're simple creatures.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. His finger pops and screws up. We really need to work on that index finger, Alex. He goes, obviously you have questions. We're going to Takarios. There's a man in Takarios. The man knows things about this, and he knows what to do with this. There is a larger plan going on. This is part of a device. The device has not yet been made. The device is a tool. And that tool is something that, if all goes well, and he looks at Lard, and Lard kind of nods, is a tool we will use to make a lot of money. But the man in Takarios needs to do something to this lens first. Now, we know that the rollers have their eye on you, and I don't think that they know what this lens is. They obviously don't have any kind of plan, but maybe they'll take a shot at me, at the lens, at you. Also, there are rumblings that inspector whose hand we cut off may have reached out. May have reached out to the rollers. Let's just say you guys did an excellent job of keeping quiet, for the most part, about our little escapade, but not everyone keeps their mouth shut. This item has been well hidden for the past 4 months. We are going to get on an electro train, go halfway around the world. Let's just say it is now going to surface, and there are many ways of detecting it, seeing it, knowing about it. Not all of them scientific or spiritual. Some of them are. People just can't keep their fucking mouths shut. So, there will probably be opposition.
Anyone other than the rollers after it?
We don't know. Because we don't know where we don't know where the inspector got it. The inspector was part of something. We thought we were going to be getting. He actually looks at Lard again, and Lard kind of nods. We thought we were going to be getting money, papers, the usual. We didn't hit the inspector to do all of this. 3 months of study at the Royal Library on this has opened my eyes to some things and some possibilities that we can do something with this.
All right, I look at Lard and I say, and you're separating. I look at Lard, then I look back at him, and you're separating from the red sashes for the group's protection, then.
For the
So
red
it doesn't
sashes.
blow back on them.
for the Red Sash's protection, and for your protection as well. Red Sashes are a large organization, and as Kellum so rightly pointed out, no one can keep their fucking mouths shut. We're too large, too many leaks. You are a small unit, you can keep it under wraps.
I think a bite of my biscotti. Plus, if they don't think the Red Sashes are behind it, it might draw out your enemies.
Good. And if something goes wrong, it blows back on you guys. We're subcontracting. Also, this does not come down from Red Sash leadership. All the leaders at my level have side interests going, and this is one of them.
Oh, Solar's, he's like a
capo.
He's like, okay, so he's like some level shot caller, but he's not the
He's
guy.
not the guy
Okay.
at all.
Do criminals work just as hard or more than regular hardworking people? Like, I feel like some of these motherfuckers put in Wayne hours in their criminal enterprises. Like, if I'm breaking the law, I don't want to work that hard.
Right.
That's the reason I'm doing it, unless the money is that's good.
That I was actually thinking about that today. Like, you guys work really, really hard. A couple of days every 3 months.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Which, and that's the life I want to live. I want to rob banks 4 or 5 days out of
every
the
quarter.
6 month, every quarter to finance my surfing.
Right.
I don't understand.
Exactly.
That is what the life I want.
And you guys have a cohort that kind of like keeps the lights on for your guys' neighborhood, and the grift and the extortion that you do basically just pays to keep the lights on and keeps your bellies fed. You're not making a profit. It is the scores that make your slam dunks for the profit.
Well, and we need the everyday businesses to launder the money through.
Exactly. So, Lard says that's the deal. You get him and the Lins to Takarios. You see this man. The man tells us whether or not he can make this device. Makes the device. We bring it back.
We bring the device of the man.
The device. The device comes back. Kellum comes back. It's his design, and really it's his plan.
Right. So we have to take the lens to confirm that A, the device can be built, B, the device works, and then we have to transport operational device safely back to Doskvol.
If you do all of that, Kellum will handsomely pay you what he has in his personal account of money in the bag in front of him. And we move on to phase 3.
I just have one question.
Yes.
Kellum needs to tell me that this is not some sort of philosopher's stone.
No, it's not.
No, it's a lens. It's glass. It's not stone.
The fuck you talking about?
I just, I was concerned that perhaps there may be some silly idea that this could be used to, well, I don't know, turn lead into gold.
No.
Well, good.
What's the problem with that?
Well, I think that everyone would want it.
Yeah,
I think that's a problem.
but people want this thing too.
People want this. Which, gentlemen, before you take Callum into your service, because remember, anything he does in regard to this is not as a Red Sash. He does not work for the Red Sashes. The Red Sashes are doing nothing with this.
Okay.
There is a phase 3. The assumption is if you are in for phase 2, you're also in for phase 3.
Oh, I got it.
You may walk away at any time.
I look around to everybody. Anybody got a problem with it?
No. An extended train ride, time to catch up on reading.
Well, you're not going anywhere that we don't.
Unc, whatever you decide, I trust you.
Yeah, I didn't need to know half of what he just said. I just need to know he needs protection.
I laugh and go, you didn't understand half the things he just said.
That's why I didn't need to know him.
Doc?
I have much to contemplate.
Okay. How long is that going to take?
Oh, well, probably most of my life.
Oh, here we go.
Perhaps all of it.
So you in or you out?
No, I'm in. This is where I belong.
No, that's, okay, you could have just said that in the beginning. So we're in.
All right. In for what? I don't know. I was never here. I don't know what you're talking about. I fired him. Good day.
Have a good day.
Calum's like, well, ouch.
When does the train leave? Yeah, don't do that.
I'm still getting used to it. Well, I just so happen to have tickets, and he takes out an envelope and he lays the tickets out. Train leaves in 2 days. We'll probably be gone about a week. Have any of you ever been to Takarios?
No.
Most of you have probably never been outside of Doskvol. Unless on a
Well, I'll say
ship,
outside.
but like to a place, probably.
Yeah.
Can we bring our weapons on the train, or are we going to have to smuggle them on?
Well,
Because we're bringing our weapons on the train.
Well, we are going to have to smuggle them, but that's okay because Grift is alive and well. There's customs, and we will have to go through the point.
What is the point?
The point is the point that is exactly halfway between here and Takarios. It is in the middle of the ocean. It is along the Electro Rail track. It is a station. It is a is a barge with large pylons driven into the earth, through the ocean, through the water. The trains stop there, they refuel, but there's also customs. There are things that Takarios does not want coming into Takarios. There are things that Akaros does not want coming into Doskvol.
What kind of things do they not want there?
Arms, munitions.
All the stuff we're bringing.
Yes, and he looks at Proust and he goes, "That," and he points to your Demon Bane charm. What they do not want coming back is ghosts. This is the main feed, shall we say, the main corridor for our business, Alex, for smuggling ghosts, spirit jars, illegal electrophasmic machine mines. It's very technical. But let's just say in Takarios they have a more open view of things. Oh, by the way, there's no walls in their cities.
What do you mean? No walls.
You know how Doskvol has very large walls, and when you know exactly what he's talking about. There are
Sectors
physical
and
walls,
things.
but there are electrophasmic fields. Basically, they're not force field. They don't stop anything. Anything can go through it, but nothing goes through it because the moment you touch it, you're disintegrated. Ghosts are disintegrated. Demons are disintegrated. Everything is disintegrated. The vast majority of the whale oil that is processed and coming into Doskvol powers the shields. It keeps all the bad things in the Deadlands, which is the space between the cities, out of the city. And it is what keeps everyone in the city alive.
And they just don't bother?
They do not bother.
How do they stay alive?
Have you ever met a Takarios? Takarios?
There was that one girl at your cat house
With the
with,
eye.
with the eye and the tail.
Oh, yeah.
Vestigial tail.
She doesn't have a tail.
That wasn't a tail?
No, she doesn't have a tail.
Oh my god.
You talking about Lucy?
Actually, I was trying to look up what her character's name was.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't either. I don't have OneNote on my phone to open it up to see. But yeah, the owner of the place. She's creepy as hell. Are they all like that?
Most of them, yes.
Ugh.
Not all. I've only been once or twice myself, and nothing to do with this. They have trade with the infernal powers with the demons. Hell, the infernal demons are in their government. They tell that they run the place. And they have...
The hell you say?
The hell I do. They have powers, and they just make the spirits not walk in. They just tell them no. In fact, the spirits walk the streets.
This all sounds like hooey.
Wait till you get there.
Can't wait.
But be warned, I mean, spirits are spirits no matter where they are. The ones that go insane will hurt you. They just let them go about until they do go insane. And then they take them. And then they use them. So the spirits try very hard not to go insane.
So, this individual that we're going to Takaros,
Mhm.
right? Takaros, is that right?
Yes.
That we're going to Takaros to see. Why, again, would it be easier for them to just come here to the lens and build the device here?
Well, because we would have to send a message to him, hope he says yes, send a message back, we could just go to him.
Or just we could go to him and persuade him and bring him back.
If we can. It doesn't matter. As long as we have a device in Doskvol at the end of this little trip. It really doesn't matter how we get it. In fact, I will be honest with you. I'm not giving you the job.
Of course not.
I work for you.
Sure,
And that's
yeah.
not even a wink and a nudge. I'm not telling you guys what to do. You are the experts.
Oh, well, then we don't know what's going to happen. Let's take this lens to Karos and go find this fella.
You have the mission. I do what you say.
Take off the hand.
What that hand do though?
Hand crawls over to you.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Put the stranger to the test.
The ultimate stranger.
So 3 days, we leave. I would recommend. I do not exactly have contacts at the point or at customs here. We know we can bribe the people here and get on the train with whatever we need to. The point is going to be the problem. Well, it's going to be your problem.
We'll figure it out.
Which means it's my problem too. So,
All right.
but I would recommend if anyone is bringing any ghosts or spirit vessels or anything like that, he kind of nods to Proust. We could probably sneak them in. Getting them past the point on the way back might be an issue, but not impossible. Something to think about.
Is there any standard equipment that we have that is not verboten? Right. Like, so obviously, can I carry a knife?
Knives, swords are fine. Handguns are probably fine. They're not wanting like rifles or anything like that, which I don't think.
Like, I don't need to bring my
have.
grapple gun. They'd be like, what is this stuff?
You could probably bring the grapple gun if you take it apart.
Okay.
Like, here's just supplies.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think that you guys really have much of anything. Your chemicals that are grenades might be a problem, but you can mix those up after you get. It's just chemicals.
Right.
I'm a doctor. I'm a
Right.
chemist or whatever, and then mix them up on the way after.
Okay.
Or there's different ways.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, as a player, like, I don't care if I don't have access to my equipment. That's fine. That's just another. That's just a new flavor of gaming.
Right.
But I just want to make sure that I'm not a cheating scumbag when we get to the other side.
So, do they use whale oil there?
Yes.
All right. Wasn't sure since Leviathans are technically demons.
They are absolutely demons. I would probably, now that I think about it, I'd probably say guns are probably not something you guys would want to brandish, but you probably should bring them.
Okay.
They could be like checked with our luggage.
Right.
Yeah, and again, I mean, a firearm's a fairly easy thing to disassemble to
Right.
mix in with my other stuff. I mean, if you scrutinize my gear, I think it's going to be pretty easy for anybody to figure out.
And there is one line between them and Duskwall. I mean, stuff flows through there all the time.
Right.
You know, it's just like, not getting caught. I don't really believe the Demon Bane charms are going to be a problem going through the point. That is going to be a problem, but not an insurmountable one. If Proust, for some reason, has a spirit vial with a ghost in it, it would probably be a problem coming back through the point. If you guys had a hound, if you were taking Booker, he would have a problem with the rifle. You guys can make a conceivable argument of stowing the pistols and stuff. Everybody carries a sword. Everybody carries a knife. No one's going to stop that.
Right. Or you could just say, fuck you, Dan, do without. No rifle. Fuck you.
But the cat can have a rifle. He's got a license.
And no
He's
more,
an officer of the law.
no more
He's got a
dysfunction.
I don't allow it.
No more.
Okay, so yeah, not to get too focused on the gear. So yeah, but yeah, Callum is like, gentlemen, we have 3 days. Is there anything you need me to do? Any questions you want me to answer? None of you are asking the obvious question.
What's the obvious question?
What does the device do?
I don't even know that.
That's why you asked the question, Jack. That's why you asked the question. See, if you don't ask that question, then you're going to be nothing more than a person who delivers vases and sandwiches.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I appreciated them very much. You are a genuine chap.
A genuine chap.
Yeah, if anyone needs to know that, it's Uncle Trico here.
If you're going to tell us what it does, then tell us. I figured
Well-
that was a need-to-know basis. So go ahead. You brought it up.
Well, and he reaches into his bag and he takes out schematics, plans for this device. It basically looks like a gun, but like an unwieldy, crappy gun. It's like a big square box with about yay long for the audience. Go fuck yourself. But
It's about 3 feet.
yeah. And it has a handle on it, and it looks like there's like a tripod. And by a tripod, I don't mean like a gun, 1940s. I mean like oldie 1890 camera wooden thing, right? That he holds up. And there is, the lens is not like a scope on top. In fact, Alex is the only one who can kind of see where the lens is in it, and it's inside of it. And he's like, as he kind of goes through the plans and schematics, Callum and Alex start talking about it. It's like blah, 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 blah. And you guys are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So that explains it.
Yeah, that doesn't explain shit.
Is it like one of those really intense IT security conversations?
Yeah.
Just totally lost.
Right, yeah. Like this, you just hear static, and yeah. He
In
goes,
layman's terms.
imagine a lens. You look through a lens. You see something, right?
Sure. Okay.
What if you saw it? What you were looking at, and you pressed a button,
Yeah.
and then you were there.
I don't understand.
I know.
Push a button and you're there. What does that even mean?
But you are there. You
Yeah, I'm standing there. I see something. I push a button. It takes me to where I'm at.
It
That
takes
don't
you
make
where
any
I'm
fucking
at.
sense.
I don't get it.
I think conceptually what he means is that you could be looking through the lens at a location at some distance and then instantly be in that place.
So it transports you.
Transport is the wrong term, but for you, yes.
Does it come with you?
Yeah.
No.
So you shoot somebody.
You leave it back there.
for any
Yeah.
asshole to pick up.
Well,
So he is suggesting that miraculously an individual can be transported from one point at some considerable distance instantaneously, and this does not marvel you.
How far are we talking? Like 100 yards?
Yeah, I could just walk there. What's the big deal?
You need a couple assholes
Well,
to run.
let me
teach you how to walk?
let me enlighten you to something that may amaze you.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
Alex and I,
Yeah.
with enough time, effort, and money, we could build this right now. That's not why we're going to go see the man. We're going to go see the man because the lens lets you see through things.
Why didn't you say that to start with?
Yeah, that's way more impressive.
Can you
yeah.
put that? So, would you be able to send people through people?
You could send people, through stone walls,
Into a vault.
through metal walls.
But
Yeah, all
can
right.
you bring him back?
Would you just flip the lens, right?
Because if you can't bring him back, let's say Uncle Treacle throws me through a wall into
Man.
a bank vault. I'm stuck in the bank vault.
It's really bad if Jackie's pointing out the problems in the fucking design here. I don't know if y'all thought about this too much. Oh, that's cool. You could be sent into a room you can't get out of. That's awesome.
But the thing is that you have a second, right? So,
But we only got one lens.
well, now.
You guys got plans to make another one?
Can you send a lens with a lens?
Do you even know how this one was made?
If you send a lens with the lens, doesn't the second lens get stuck in the
Yeah.
vault?
Yeah, but then you turn it around and you look the other way.
But isn't that one
But
stuck
they-
in the vault still?
Yeah.
See, the problem with turning the lens, because we haven't made the device.
You know, what
We
do
don't know yet.
we know? We're just a couple of mooks just pointing out problems in your plan here.
Poking holes.
Poking gigantic fucking holes in this
You
plan.
reverse the lens, does the person come back? Or do they come back completely reversed? As if the person in the mirror steps out of it. Are they alive? Are they talking
See,
backwards?
now you're talking Proust shit here.
See, yeah, now I better fucking be alive. That's all I know.
Oh, no.
My dead ass is killing me.
We're not testing with you. We'll test with Worth.
Yeah, send Worth's scrawny ass in there.
Who's more?
Don't worry
Anyway.
about it.
Anyway, this is also why we need to talk to the man. We need to talk to the man to float some of these ideas and iron some things out. Device is not made.
Does it have to be a person?
Now you say man, but from what you're telling
Could we
me,
send a
most of these
tiger?
people are demons. Is this
No.
a
Could we
demon?
send a bomb?
This is a stranger.
Doesn't? Yeah, that's a good point.
You said the S
I
word.
can't believe you said that.
Yes, word.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't use that kind of language.
They have been
That's their
persecuted for too long. How dare
At
you?
least like knife ear or dandelion eater.
No, it's strangers.
Or
Yeah,
demos.
It's in the book, Dan. The rules are the rules.
They could have been like
sound like-
demos or something like that.
Yeah.
In the book, for the
Like
audience,
burners or something. I don't know. There's all these things.
Burners.
There's these things that could sound offensive.
the
like, plausibly.
racist, the
arcane.
racist slur in the canon for Tacarios, who is part demon, is a stranger.
So if you like
The
ride up,
mysterious strangers.
so if you
Right.
like ride up on your chestnut horse and like tip your hat like howdy stranger.
you just can't throw that out, not even as an example. It's a lovely word,
Depending on
Dan.
what neighborhood you're in, you get your ass stabbed.
Yeah,
That's their word.
it is their word.
All right.
will set you ablaze.
So stranger things is like having a show called blank things.
Right.
Does
Holy
this,
shit.
all right. So does this man, the man, does he have a name?
He does. It's
On the other card.
right. The one in it. Let's just say
I'll say blank the man.
blank the man. No.
Blanquet.
They actually really just call him the man.
Oh, so he's the man.
Well, more or less, I guess.
He's got a name like the man, but he's more or less the man.
Well, he's
He named himself.
let me alter that a little bit. He is more or less a man.
Yeah.
He's a demon, isn't he?
He's a demo.
Probably yes.
Okay. Fucking. All right. Well, we're already on the job, so it's not like we're gonna back out. We just,
You want to know the lay of the land.
yeah. And Alex, you understand this whole business with the machine?
Partially.
That's all I needed to know.
I trust you, Alex.
You and Callum have been, when you were away, you have been kind of conversating about it. I mean, sharing. This is his magnum opus,
Right.
right? You know, and this is extremely. This isn't like a grapple gun that may or may not poop when you
Right.
press the trigger. This could teleport parts of someone if it goes wrong, sort of thing. It's very theoretical.
Yeah, which is exciting and
You're right.
dangerous.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like walking into a fight that you don't know you're going to win.
Never had one.
But the payoff is, if this all works, you get a device that basically boops scoundrels into a locked safe in the middle of the night, a vault in the middle of the night, take what they want, and boop them right on back.
Jack brought up a good question.
Yes.
Does it have to be a person?
You know,
Can you transport a big keg bomb?
think about what he's saying here. We're taking all of this from the guy who got stuck to a fucking safe, and we're supposed to trust him to get into an area with a fucking safe and then get out?
Reggie has a point.
Reggie does have a point, yes.
I don't think you know shit about safes, buddy.
Huh.
No, to be fair,
Somehow the technology of the safe has
to be
eluded
fair, it
you.
wasn't the safe itself. I mean, it was just the trap on the safe.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're all used to that. Except
Your use to electrophasmic magical wards on a policeman's safe that should just have coins and papers.
I am now.
That's common shit, man. That's the standard.
No. That is not the standard.
Yeah, we know to let Alex look at the safe first.
Hey, we're just busting chops. Come
Yeah, if you're going to be in this crew, you got to have thicker skin than that.
Good God. We gonna cry about it? Jeez. I just got my baby brother back. I cried over something that was worth a damn. You're over here crying because we're fucking nagging you.
Yeah, you're going to have to get an ass wipe hand.
Oh, God.
Is it like this all the time?
Yes.
How do you stand it?
You don't feed the animals.
Oh, they're the animals. Got you.
Eventually they run.
He stands
They
it
run.
because no one touches Alex when we're around.
Also true.
Nor the girls or boys if you're into that either.
Well, if you want someone to touch him, that's a different story.
No, he's precious.
But they gotta go. They gotta go through us to get approved. We gotta approve them first.
There's a strict vetting process.
Can I see your references?
I need you to take a test.
Any other questions?
Rouse, you got any questions?
Prouse, are you okay with this? We're gonna go somewhere that I'm pretty sure you would fucking hate.
I'm gonna hate it.
Well,
Oh,
we're,
yeah, that's true, but I got your back. Don't worry about it, Jake.
well, we're all going to hate it. I mean, it's the boonies, right? I mean, it's not Karios. It's not Doskvol. Doskvol's the jewel of the planet.
Say that word again.
Planet?
No, boonies. Say it again.
Boonies?
Oh my God! Did you hear how he said it? Boonies. How many O's were in boonies?
I think there were like 4 or 5. I don't know.
Maybe he's a werewolf.
Oh, keep talking like that. You're gonna be around for a while.
So you said the journey. How long is the journey? How fast does this train move?
Are they like bullet trains? Or are they like steam engine trains?
No, they're electric trains. And
Oh, so they're
along the
fast.
electric tracks. They're very fast,
Yeah.
but it's halfway around the planet. So this is going to...
We're fine.
Yeah,
It's
this
like
is...
Snowpiercer.
Right?
We're good.
Everybody's going to have to lean. You're going to stick your arm out the port, get punished. No, you guys are going to have... Well, and he, he's telling you the details of it, the itinerary and such. He's like, we are going to have 2 sleeping cars. Not cars, but berths. We're going to have 2 sleeping berths.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be first class.
Dibs on top, bum. Nah, you know what, Jack?
I don't
You
know.
have time.
I don't know if we could even fathom what first class would be like.
Well, yeah, they would kick us out.
Right.
Even if
Especially
we-
with this smelly bugger.
He smells good. I watched him all right. I give him a little
That's
sniff. Watch him all right.
Hey,
You're the one that lets things out that smell like they died from your ass.
Yeah, you got you there.
Yeah, but yours is coming from behind your ears, under your arm.
Ah, he's a clean boy. I swear.
I won't go in the sewers the next 3 days. We got Alex back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to take Callum over to the cat house. Show him around. No. You're part of the crew. You got to do it.
It's all a treat.
I don't know if that's a treat.
No, it's. I mean, I don't go there. The place is gross, but you might like it.
Oh,
No.
it's the cleanest place in town.
You like getting stuck to boxes.
Did you know that I was 45?
Just don't lose the other hand. We might need that.
I was 45 before I realized that wet behind the ears was a vaginal canal reference and not a you're bad at drying yourself off in the shower reference. I just assumed when they said wet behind the ears that you're so young you're not good at drying off after the shower. And then one day it occurred to me that it meant you're so fresh you still have vag slick behind your ear. I didn't get it.
Huh.
Yesterday was an informative day for you.
It was.
He really takes that learn one new fact every day. Seriously.
But everybody has that thing where you're just an idiot and
Oh,
you
yeah.
realize that
It has to be explained.
I just never got it until that moment, and I'm sharing it with my friends.
If it makes you
Yes.
feel better, I've never thought about the phrase before, so I didn't know until right
See,
now.
and now you're imparting knowledge.
So, does anyone else have any questions for Callum or anything like that?
I do not. Like I said, my concerns were gear and what we could get away with taking with us.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to have to take that up with him. Well, no, you're going to have to take that up with him to see if he's okay with that.
Yeah, Reggie doesn't really give a shit.
I have my reading glasses on and everything.
As long as Alex is already safe, I don't care. I don't even care what the lens does.
Yeah,
I'm
Jack
getting
didn't need all this
Actually, didn't
information.
make the operative verb clear enough.
Treacle's just looking at this as
possible
it's
payday.
another score.
Yeah,
Who gives a
possible
fuck?
payday. That's it.
Well, I mean,
Chad's hoping
see,
some Hudson
see
Hawk
if
shit.
he's cool with it.
We got to sing
Like-
songs to do it, or
I mean, because it's his character, right?
I'm not going to irreparably do anything.
No, I know, but it's his character, and it like the whole thing with that is part of his story. Like I don't even know what's going on with it. So
Okay, then I'll play Beethoven for something else instead.
okay,
I have the Ghost Key. I actually read up on what they do. There's apparently these doors that
Yeah.
link around places in the world that were built before the end of the world.
Wow, they must have explained a lot more. When we originally played
Yeah.
the game, we were
Yeah.
still in the beta.
No, they
and
actually do
they didn't
fine
give
with
the explanation of what it was.
it's
at
like
that point.
it's like he's right. It's like they had to do sentences. Everything in the book is vague on
Proust,
purpose.
Proust's Ghost Key unlocks a locker that has a mirror side in the place we're going to.
In Ticarios?
Yes.
So you're gonna bypass the whole train?
No, it's just how he's smuggling shit over there.
Oh,
so
I
it's like
got
small
you.
box.
No, I think like a locker in a train station.
Okay.
He's got a ghost. One of them, like,
So, like, you go to the locker in the train station and you open it up and you put a thing in there and
Yep.
close the door, and it's in both places. It's
Yes.
where it needs to be in
Exactly.
both places. No, totally,
Okay.
absolutely. All right. Does anybody else have any questions or anything like that? So, go.
Call that Schrodinger's footlocker.
yes.
No, I think it's awesome they finally explained what that was.
Yeah,
Because that was one of the big questions. What is a ghost key?
yeah. In the beta, it just said Ghost Key, and it was a part of the Whispers thing.
Yeah.
Like, what? the
Yeah,
hell
because
is
it
that?
is supposed to actually connect two places through like a passage, but I figure that's kind of a dick move. I'm like, well, Chance,
Well,
I'm just going to bypass the entire train.
Right, right.
That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just a mini to be fair. It's kind of a it's just sort of a
Reminds me of Wheel of Time.
multi-dimensional
Reminds
locker.
me of,
that-
Yeah. And actually, I really like that idea. So, like, and what you can do,
Yeah.
and keep that in mind in the future too, because so you can okay stress to have things happen in a score.
Yeah.
Basically, like say you don't have any weapons, or you come out of prison and there's guys to beat you up, and you say, oh, well, I'm going to do this flashback scene. Well, now I have a gun. We'll explain how you got the gun. Oh, well, 3 weeks earlier I hid it behind a brick. Well, come on. Okay, you can do that, but you're going to take like 5 stress points. You, on the other hand, can say, well, Dr. Proust has a gun in his locker. Oh, that's understandable. And so I stick a key in the brick, open it up, and now I have the gun in my hand.
Yeah.
2 stress, I'm down. So, yeah, no, that's awesome. I like that.
The Lost Room, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's cool. It reminds me of
All right, so it's 11 o'clock. The next thing we're doing here is probably you guys maybe prepping a little bit for the get on the train, like who you're taking, what you're doing, that sort of thing. No big deal. And then the train, which you guys can imagine is going to be like a whole thing. So that we're not going to take care of it in 20 minutes. So no cliffhanger, no big reveal, no big, gotcha or anything like that. I think this is a good place to end it for tonight. And I completely and absolutely failed to do a Wayne-style cliffhanger. So sad.
Well, the audience was given short shrift because of me and my. No, I really appreciate it. I needed to. I'm the kind of person that I have to think about something for a while, and sometimes I have to get the vitriol out to convey.
Before the recording, Mike gave us a thing. Yeah, we're not going to discuss it, but he gave us a thing, and so we talked about it for a bit. That's why we're.
I needed feedback.
You did,
and my friends provided me good feedback.
We all made out. It was great.
It was hot.
It was sloppy and fantastic.
So next week we're going to be, or not next week, 2 weeks from now we're going to be looking at a score, potentially, and basically a train thing.
A train thing.
A train thing.
Basic.
So I never got to my notes, right? I never got.
Damn.
Yeah, I never got
through you wrote one word and we never got through
I
it.
didn't even write this. This was handed to me.
Yeah, Brandon wrote that.
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote his notes.
Yeah.
See, I was hoping that we were going to pass it around the table, and like a Mad Lib, we all got to add a word.
That'd be
to
cool.
I would 100% run a score like that.
That's a cool way to run a game, actually.
Yeah.
I would do that. I'd totally do that. Okay, so what did you guys think of the game?
I felt it was good. We had a lot more just kind of back and forth role play.
I
I like that. I think you need that.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we've missed that actually since we started playing this. We had a whole lot of back and forth.
Yeah, I think we had some character development around the fact that Alex was gone.
Yeah.
How it impacted all the characters.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad we had this.
Yeah.
This game.
Yeah, Blades in the Dark can be tricky to run because of the score system and stuff, to where it lends itself to being very episodic. And it lends itself to being, thing happens, crew wants to do this, we're in a score.
Yeah.
Now it's the aftermath of the score, next week, thing happens, crew wants to do this, score. And it is very easy to lose track of that in-character, just we're talking, we're dialogue, we're building our character, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, because I feel like we really need that to make any of the scores mean shit.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just knocking over banks.
Yeah, you're just rolling dice or
Yeah.
Wait a minute, this can be like a Jason Statham movie?
It can be.
What the fuck are we doing?
I know, right?
I love Jason Statham. I do. If he's in a movie, I'll see it. I know that's terrible, but
They're all the same.
that is so not true.
That's so fucking true.
Yeah,
It's always
first of all-
him fighting someone, shooting someone, driving fast cars. That's literally every movie.
Have you seen Spy with Melissa McCarthy?
No, I haven't seen that.
He's wonderful. I mean, show stealing in that.
All right.
But the best movie,
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone's Homefront, written by Sylvester Stallone, starring Jason Statham. The perfect movie. It has everything that I need as a film viewer.
Is that the one where he's a British guy playing an American guy?
So
Like from the South wearing a fucking trucker hat?
So yes, that is the one with Clancy Brown. Yes, where
right.
it's got it's got Winona Ryder in it.
All right.
I can find all this on IMDb.
Yeah.
If I cared, which I don't, I can find all this on IMDb.
Right.
You know what? The important thing of any good relationship is listening to someone's bullshit when you don't care about what they're talking about.
That's why you're usually
You're right,
Well,
You're right. Go ahead.
So
I love you too much to shut you down.
on the game, before we wrap it up, anybody have any comments, questions, criticisms?
No, I think it struck me as a little bit of a bridge game, and and when I say bridge, I don't mean like a card game. I mean
No, like it connects to plot concepts.
And that's one
exactly
of the. I hate it when they do that with like movies or books, where because it feels like they're just kind of they're just pissing stuff away. It's like, look, if you got a trilogy and everyone's like, oh well, the middle one's always just a bridge between the first and
Nothing
last.
happens. Yeah.
Well, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Cut it in half, put half of it in the first movie, half of it in the third movie.
Yeah, it's something I feel like I need in gaming.
But in role-playing games, it's a different dynamic because of the fact that there are these, ups and downs, this sort of sine wave of the story beats, of the highs and lows, and at some point you just sort of have to connect the spaces between them. But unlike, say, a middle movie or a middle book, you're using a different unit of measure. It's something you're doing to pace a longer narrative, not something you're using just to sort of piss away time between points that matter. And I think, if nothing else, the opportunity to role play, the opportunity to develop the characters is itself a worthwhile thing to do. Whereas like these flashback, backstory sorts of things in TV shows or whatever, that was my one complaint with the Marvel TV shows. Not the newer ones, so I mean like Daredevil, Punisher. It seemed like every one of them had at least one show in the season where it's like, why was that episode even in there?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting too because I mean, just the difference between storytelling in terms of a book or a movie or a TV show, what we would find boring in a role-playing game is necessary.
Yeah.
That we have the opportunity to develop and flesh out and to let the story breathe, but at the same time, I mean, imagine watching a movie and there's an extra 30 minutes of them fucking eating breakfast. You'd be like, God damn it.
Right.
Why are you wasting screen time?
Unless you're Quentin Tarantino, don't do this.
I think even Tarantino shouldn't.
Stop it.
There's nothing more I hate than his characters like, so, you know that one TV show with the toaster?
So
and
the
those
70s
scenes are-
TV show, that obscure thing.
Those scenes are good, but they're too long.
Yeah, that's his thing. Is he has long as fuck mundane conversations that people are like, this is the best. That's how real people talk.
Well,
No, it's not.
Even some of these downtime things.
Death Proof was the worst one.
Oh my fucking god! Thank
Death
you.
Proof was a work of art that was terrible.
Oh god, I hate that movie.
I hated it the
in
first
TV
time I
shows.
saw it.
In TV shows, I do like the down episodes sometimes, depending on the type of the show. If it's a show that has huge long arcs, I want an episode or two for the characters
To cool down.
resting between the arcs. I want that breathing.
That was the problem with Star Trek: The Next Generation, because every episode had an A plot and a B plot. So instead of like an arc exploring some of the B plot stuff over a couple of episodes, and then really good digging into the A plot over a couple of episodes,
Well, they did
it was
sometimes.
A plot, B plot. It is episodic, but is A plot, B plot. That's why Deep Space Nine was better, because they did that over an arc.
Well, they
of
kind of had
episodes.
Deep Space Nine. They had to do it that way because they were in the same fucking spot nonstop.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one was they have a reason for having those adventures every episode because they've moved fucking light years.
They also there's a distinction in the way that TV shows were getting made between those shows. Whereas when Next Generation was being made, you were sort of coming out of that long
Oh, it was
running-
expected.
Every show's an episode.
Yeah.
To
And then
now,
it changed later on.
to
too.
now a season can be an episode.
Yeah, later next gen change. So like I look at this
Very true.
I look at this session and I think about like if this session was a movie, like the whole boxing scene would have ended up on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
Like,
could have been
Yeah,
a
I'll
scene.
say, I mean, the director's cut is
Yeah.
probably like a 3 to 5 minute sort of
It
side
served
plot.
no thematic purpose. It didn't do anything, it didn't build anything. But in a role playing game, I think you were saying it, like the boring stuff in a show is the great stuff in a role playing game. In a role playing game, it developed character. It made connections. It exposed like different views and relations and such, and it like moved the action around.
Well,
sorry.
we need, like I said, we needed this because we haven't had them. This is our first downtime, and if we don't have things like bullshit boxing match, where's the extra? It's just job. It's like playing Shadowrun, but only doing shadow runs.
And that's a challenge with Blades in the Dark, is that if you don't want to do heist of the week, you have to establish human opposition.
It's been one of my criticisms of the game in the past. If you remember, I said sometimes it's hard for it to feel like it's a role-playing game versus a heist game.
Right. The problem with the two games I've run in the past is the first game had a lot of characters and a lot of human opposition, right? So the players have people that they can interact with, and people they hate, and people they like, and it's like this back, and it makes the characters grow. Except that the group wanted to be the good guys. And so they didn't...
I don't know why you'd want to be good guys in this game.
They didn't treat, for the most part...
Because no one's good.
Right.
I almost don't know how you be the good guy.
No.
It's like...
How do you progress as a good guy?
Work.
If you're the good guy, I mean, where do you even begin?
It was...
You effectively have to be at war with the entire civilization.
Well, I'll give you the example of my character in that game. So my character was creepy as fuck, and she did a lot of horrible things. But her best friends were the prostitutes on the street. So when they took over the...
Sensing a theme, Wayne.
When they took over... It was very different. When they took over the Golden Calf, or the Golden Cat, she did it because she wanted a safe place for her friends. She was still a horrible person doing horrible things.
Yeah.
But her friends, she wanted to protect. So it is a clean establishment. It's a safe establishment. Meanwhile, her best friend is a ghost possessing a body, and the body is being eaten out, and the ghost goes from body to body.
Phrasing.
Yeah. But it was a ghost that had gone from body to body and followed her from Kykaros.
I gotta
smuggled her over.
If you transplanted a bunch of like lawful good D&D big damn heroes, they'd be at war with all of the world.
Well, and the problem was they
the funny thing,
I can't imagine playing a paladin in something like this.
I would really love to see that character's name was Silver. I finally remembered it. I think Silver and Dr. Proust would have interesting conversations. She was very much the only thing that really matters is the spirit, the ghost. And so she was protective of ghosts, but not of humans.
But because they played good guys who didn't want to take risks, and because that's the other side of this game too, is that...
I think I was the only one that had traumas.
Yeah, you take exceeding amounts of risk, but they were risk averse. So they were good guys and they were risk averse. The whole plot was heist. That's how I kind of kept it going. And then in the second game, you guys were assassins, and so it's hard to get to know your opposition when you just kill them.
Yeah.
And you're not really building a criminal empire. Yeah. You're just killing people for money. Now, that's not to say that their characters weren't deep and that we didn't have an interesting game.
We had some nice NPCs that came in. We had...
You guys had good interactions, and you guys had characters that developed. But I was still kind of learning it too. And with this game, you guys, I mean, it's firing on all cylinders, right? You guys are bad guys.
Yeah.
And you guys have, you take risks, you take lots of risks, and you talk to the NPCs, right? Mm-hmm. You talk to them, you get to know them, you try to understand what's going on. And so I can fold in characters and NPCs that you guys can interact with. And from that comes role play.
Yeah.
And what I think really, really it helped way more than I thought it would was you guys playing the cohort. To me, that was me getting frustrated, not at you guys, but at every game I've ever ran of Blades in the Dark, is that they get a cohort and they forget about it. They never use it. Or one person uses them for their thing. And so this was me being like, okay, fine, I'm going to get these guys to remember their cohort. But it worked way, way better than that, because now you guys have been kind of jumping in and out of them. You guys were talking about Booker, and what did Booker do? Well, he hung a poster. But it was a great scene, and Proust and Booker are talking, and all this stuff is going on. There was the scene, between Lil Garrett and Worth, and it just keeps adding flavor and layers to it.
Yeah, I think Worth has become the punching bag because I don't even like him.
Wow. when even you're not rooting for your own character.
Yeah, I think a
I
part
feel
of
like
it.
that's a fun way to play a character, though. Is
Yeah.
that you hate
Fucking
your
hate this
character.
guy.
I hate this character. I'm going to get him into some shit.
I hope he gets hurt.
I didn't like Gil. I liked Gil. I didn't like Gil. Gil's not a likable guy.
It never seemed like that you weren't, at least to some extent, wanting Gil to sort of move forward in the world. Like,
Yeah.
you never turned
He's
into the
never
world's-
going to be
You didn't turn
not
him
an
into the
asshole.
world's bitch. I
Right.
mean,
He's
that's-
never going to not be an asshole. But yeah, the hard part of Blades in the Dark is getting enough NPCs out there that are not a threat necessarily to the players, but also that are important and interesting enough that the players
Yeah.
care about them.
That seems like that could go wrong in this game. If everyone's too dangerous or too self-serving,
Yeah.
it behooves you to have no connections.
Right.
Well, that's why I think it works really well for a lot of us to be connected so much.
Yeah, with each other. And that's why I purposely made the cohort to where they each have a direct connection
Yeah.
with each of your guys' characters.
So Alex was talking some shit. The fuck, bro?
Huh?
I think honestly,
Just the
doing
kind of thing
more
you can gaslight me on.
cohort.
Remember that shitty thing you said about me? Did I?
Did I really? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, I'm not over it yet.
Remember that time you called him a stranger?
What were you saying about the cohort?
I think it would be good to do more
Mhm.
cohort episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too soon, but
Right, right.
just do it again so that way we could kind of get into that.
So are we taking the cohort, or are we going to leave them back to watch our territory?
I think they're staying behind.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, I think the idea is we can switch them out whenever we want to.
Right.
So if we want
I was
to,
honestly sitting here thinking about it. It's like, wouldn't it be an interesting game where you have your characters, but they don't actually go on any scores?
Yeah.
You just send the cohorts.
Yeah.
So then you're like role playing with your actual characters, and then your cohorts are actually doing all the fucking work.
Well, it's like the
Right.
second shift is what I think of it as. Like that's what when I saw Big Garrett, it's like, oh my god, Big Garrett, because I never seen him.
You
It's
never
like,
see him, right?
He's the second shift.
So, coincidentally, Band of Blades does something like that. You have a roster, right? So you have your 30-person squad that is you're constantly rotating people in and out based on getting new people, casualties, etc.
Right.
But then during what would be the rest phase, the downtime, you literally play the commanders of the military unit and the marshal. When you have a score, whoever plays the group's marshal is always the marshal, and that person literally decides who goes on what mission and what
So it's kind of a Final Fantasy Tactics vibe, too.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it what's the name of the?
I was
Only
thinking
War?
XCOM.
Yeah. or
What's the not 40K, but like where you play Imperial Guard, the role playing game,
Oh yeah,
where you have your
Not
character.
Rogue Trader, but
Not Rogue Trader, it's the one after that.
Yeah.
Where you play Imperial Guard.
I think
You have-
Only Wars, right?
Yeah, you have a character, then you have your character's battle buddy, so that way you could switch them in and out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a friend of mine ran a 20-player game of that at Gen Con.
Good God.
Greg.
Oh, never mind. He got it.
well, and like I was saying earlier too in the day, Mike is gonna in 3 games. Mike is gonna be taking over for 3 games.
No pressure. Don't fuck this up.
Better see some freaky shit.
Dude. I'll do what I can.
Oh, it better
Oh,
be
it's a challenge.
fucking grotesque.
It's a challenge.
There's going to be so much body horror.
Yes! I want it to be a Cronenberg game.
Oh, dude.
Oh wow! Only if it's Eastern Promises. I will. My guy's just going to be in a Turkish steam bath naked.
Yeah.
That's my whole character. But
I think Cronenberg, the guy in Hellboy who did all the surgeries on himself, and
Well, Cronenberg's the director.
he's a director.
The Fly.
The Fly.
I thought that was
and,
also the name of the guy in
Promises.
Hellboy who the
I don't remember.
the
I know.
clockwork Nazi guy.
Yeah, the clockwork dude that has the cool blades.
Yeah, I thought that was his name was like Cronenberg or something like that, or something.
I don't remember his
I
name.
don't
But
recall.
I don't want
I
to.
should know.
I don't want to do a rotating GM game. I don't want to do, well, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn. But I put on the table that anybody can step up and run this. Anybody who wants to can run one session, a bunch of sessions, you have an arc in mind, whatever. I am completely down for that. because I love playing Blades of the Dark and I rarely get to, but I think that the game can really handle that.
There it is. Okay, Chad, we get it. You want to play Blades?
I do want to play Blades
Okay,
of the Dark.
fine.
So,
Wait, it's a game that I said it doesn't fit my style of running.
mhm.
It's not one I want to run. I
Sure,
love the
yeah.
game, but I'd rather play in it than run it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other, Powered by the Apocalypse I'm much more
Sure.
comfortable running. It's just the feel of this one isn't one that,
Yeah.
right?
But yeah, because didn't you do their masks?
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so-
fantastic.
Yeah.
But when I play, unless you have a different idea, I would play Callum.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That surprised me because you're kind of vibing on him there
Right.
toward the end.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious, Chad.
You like that?
You're really forcing Callum on us.
I fell in love with Callum. Callum was like a throwaway character, right? But I fell in love with Callum
After shit in that vase.
when Jack came in and Jack was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he has the hand and he's like, he slaps Jack with the hand and then he's just like, "Now listen, I want you to get me a sandwich and I want you to get me a vase." Yeah, the guy's a bit of a nonce. So, but other than that, anybody got anything else?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. We'll go close this one out here.